Howdy, welcome to another live stream. Welcome back from the Doodle channel, back to the land of debauchery and down in the gutter dirty stuff. Here on Shade Tree Surgeon's own harem anime show, Doodle does the nice stuff, we do the bad stuff, baby. But I'll tell you this right now, you can still be a bad person doing good things. As I get rid of my echo there, I thought I did. As you can be a bad person doing good things, as I'm bad at live streaming, bad at starting on time, bad at editing, bad at camera work, and we squeeze in a couple bad things that I don't usually talk about on YouTube here and there every once in a while.
Once I figure out how to edit,
it's all over for you hosts.
Yeah, once I figure out how to edit, how I figure out how to use my camera on manual, how I figure out how to adjust my microphones properly, start on time, and just change a little bit about myself a little bit every day. It's over for you hoes.
All over. Anyway, so here's the deal, man. We're back up and at it. We started a little late, and I'm going to blame it on Doodle this time because here's the thing. I just wanted to give Doodle time to do her thing, time to talk about her stuff, and time to be live, but we can wait no longer. Although I will say that she rides motos in the chat. I got to hang out. She got to experience the debauchery firsthand.
Really?
Oh, yeah. In Arkansas's.
We talked on Instagram once, so we're pretty much best friends now.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's how, I mean, I talked to a girl on Instagram once. She answers that DM on Instagram once. You're basically part of the freak show at that point. Sorry.
That's the rules. I don't make the rules.
I don't make the rules. All right. Don't tell your boyfriend. Or do tell him. I don't know. Anyway. Long, tall, deadly, and blissful Ellie in the chat. Now, She Rides Moto was great. Very cool. Very understanding of my debauchery. So nice. You know, one of those people that's just like Doodle, just as nice in person as they are online. You think like, oh, that chick's going to be like god awful in real life, but then it's just absolutely awesome. Had a great time. Whereas people,
no, I did not think that.
Look at me and they're like, oh, he's probably so much nicer in person. You know, they're like, oh, you know, man, all this like bad talk and blah, blah, blah. He's probably not that bad. Then they meet me in person. They're like, holy crap, it's so much worse. it's so much worse. We're walking felonies over here. And no, it's not too late to get a ticket. So, yeah, She Rides Moto. You can't buy me. That's a lie. You can't buy me with money. I am susceptible to compliments, favors, acts of service, many other things.
I feel like that should
I'll send you over a list if
that'll
you want.
be a drop down on the Brapstar website. If you can't pay cash, or if you don't want to use Afterpay, you can also pay in favors.
I collect favors,
but I collect these favors at an unknown date and time, so beware.
I'll tell you something I got a lot of. This is you know, one of the reasons me and David Tyler sitting back there became such good friends is I can count the number of people who I owe favors on one hand. Now, the people who owe me favors, that is a long and distinguished list. And many people who are watching right now may find themselves on it. And as Shay said, we will collect them at an unknown date for an unknown amount. And trust me, when the piper comes a-calling, when you got to pay up, baby, when that dude comes knocking on your door and he looks like me and he says, hey, buddy, where it's due right now, you better be ready to pay up. It's going to be tough. It's going to be hard, but we'll have a good time, I promise. Anyway, I might never ask. You might get away scot-free. That'd be great.
Most do.
Most people get away scot-free. It's a gamble. What can I say, dude? I love to roll the dice. Anyway, so welcome.
Yeah, if this is your mom's house, this is where we would roll the intro and introduce our guests.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we should do that, huh?
Introduce our guests, Shay.
Today, we have David Tyler. You guys know David Tyler back there.
He's still a guest.
He's still a guest, though.
No, he's not a guest. He's always at home. Just like we're in David's house, we're never a guest. Yeah. Sorry, revoke your guest status. No, you're just here. You're home. Oh. Means you can take your shoes off.
I did.
Your shoes are off?
Your shoes are off.
Yeah. Can I use the toilet too?
Yeah.
You can use your shoes go off, use the toilet.
Hey, be careful. No free toes back there.
Yeah. Oh, no, the girls are required to take their shoes off.
Yeah, but you don't... Don't show those tootsies for free.
No, not for free. Those are just for me, baby. Hey,
Do you
keep
have-
those out of sight.
Do you have an online name that you share, or is it just your name? Are you just Gwen?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I don't really do much online anymore. I tried to get back on Instagram. Just didn't take, guys. I'm sorry. I don't have an Instagram anymore.
All right. Well, this is my friend Gwen. She's here. She's
So,
she's
I'm
here to
just
support.
IRL, you know?
Gwen the Gramless.
You get me when you get me.
Yeah, Gwen the
It's the
Gramless.
real deal, baby.
I've tried to get women before. I'm going to tell you right now, boys, it's a fruitless process. Just take them as they are. Don't try to get nothing. So, She Rides Moto goes toe favors. This little piggy went to the market, all right? Who knows what he might bring back home. So we are here not just to talk about toes, not just to talk about all the bad things that we do, but here to talk about some good things and some bad things too. So this is just, I want everyone to know the VMAX raffle is still open.
I'll drop the link right now.
Yeah, drop the link. It's still open. Sterling Wheel, Pickle Tootsies. Thank you, man. That's why I like toes. They look like little gherkins. The VMAX raffle is still open. We're not pulling that at an unknown time, but I'll give you guys like a 10-minute warning. We never really have like an exact time that we pull it until we get like 10, 15, 30 minutes out or something like that. But you can still buy a ticket for it. There's no guarantee that the last ticket will win, but a lot of people have won in the last few minutes. Also, when I first announced a new raffle, I'm like, some people have won right at the beginning, which is true too. They're both true.
No, so when we gave away the FXR, oh, my camera died. When we gave away the FXR and
More me.
Yeah, more you. We gave away the FXR and the Dyna. The guy who won the Dyna, his raffle ticket was purchased the day after we announced it.
Oh, really? I didn't even look.
The guy who won the FXR had bought his ticket that day.
Well, there you go.
He had bought other tickets, but he was like, "Oh,
but the winning ticket was that day.
I'm going to buy another one just in case." And it was the ticket that he had bought that day.
Dang.
He told me because he was at the camp out.
Dude. So there you go. It could be either one. And
so you never know.
You never
it's random.
know. I'm so excited about this because the VMAX currently hasn't had a name, but it does have a reputation for not handling well. Undeserved.
I mean, I don't handle well either.
So,
like, what do you want?
Well. It has a reputation for not handling well. It handles fine. It just happens to make 145 freaking horsepower. That's the problem, is that it handles as good as any other bike from the 1980s, mid-1980s. Better than some. But bikes in 1986 weren't making 145 horsepower, so that's the real issue. And so Triple Kylie, who's a good friend of mine from back in the day, we made YouTube videos together. Like, I've never met her in person. Actually, I've never even seen her face. But we've like collaborated on YouTube videos from across the pond. She's from England.
Ew.
Yeah, like Dobby's a free elf. That's what they sound like over there.
Don't ever say that again.
Dude, but I mean, David, have you ever met a British person? That's what they fucking
They're just
sound
like, did you have any beans?
I'm like Yoda.
Yeah, really.
It's not me. It's them.
That is
Can you imagine
God honest impression.
Can you imagine just talking like that? And that's just what you sound like? It's awful. No, she sounds like a literal witch. It's very funny. Kylie's she goes, seeing my face is not advised. Her personality shines through, and it is also awful and rotten, which is why I like her. So she keeps calling it the ditch finder, because that's an old saying. You might not even know that one, Shay, like keeping things safe, or something you would tell someone who's leaving to go ride home or drive home. You would say, keep it between the ditches. Dave, is that something you've said before?
Never.
Never?
No,
I've
never
said it
heard
before.
that
Keep it
before.
between the ditches.
Between the white lines.
Yeah.
No, I've never heard that.
So I would also use it as like trying to keep my life together. I would say I'm trying to keep it between the ditches. And so she keeps calling it the ditch finder, right? Which makes me think of the Witchfinder General. From Witchfinder General? Nobody reads Terry Pratchett? No, okay. Anyway, Witchfinder General. So it's the Ditchfinder General, and I'm very excited about that name. And anybody else who knows about the Witchfinder General in the chat will also be very excited about that name. It's the Ditchfinder General.
Go back to the accent.
Does anybody have any beans? That's what she sounds like. Yeah, the Ditchfinder General. Please, somebody here. Big Slim sounds like that too. He's British.
Sounds like something from the ball with Pink Floyd.
Are the Pink Floyd British?
That's just what they sound like to me. Maybe it's just my ears.
I
Maybe
don't
it's not
think-
their voices.
You maybe should
Okay,
say
I'm gonna
something
be
special
really
to someone else.
honest. I've never heard Pink Floyd sing. Do they make mouth sounds or just guitar sounds?
They're from England, so they sound like this. They're just like, does anybody have any beans?
So they're like, wah, wah, wah. Does anybody have any beans? yeah, I like that Pink Floyd song.
I'm sorry. And to all the people who are watching from from England right now, I'm sorry that I'm very sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. Dude, that's what some of them sound. That's what they sound like in the olden times. That's like their caveman accent.
Some people actually still sound like that.
What? God, that's
Cockney
weird.
accent is a thing, right?
I don't know. Not like Americans who all
Ain't
sound
it?
the same.
Ain't
It's okay. It's my ear. Big Slim says it's my ears. I just like, I like specifically like England because I follow so many people on Instagram who are always like making memes, making fun of other people. You know, you see a lot of memes making fun of Americans. And then like the memes that make fun of people from England and make fun of people from America are like kind of the same, right? They're just like, they're fat and rude and don't like to leave their country and think their country is the best, even though it sucks. I'm just like, oh God, we're the same. Like, that makes sense. I love that.
That also sounds kind of like Australians too.
Yeah, I love Australians, man. Australia is like if Alabama was an island. It's pretty dope. I assume. I've never been there. Anyway, they made the whole world makes fun of England and America in the same way, and I like that.
I don't know. Don't pretend it's the same.
I mean, it's ever since Brexit. They're like, yeah, you guys are the same. I'm not commenting on it. All I'm doing is reporting on the memes, y'all.
Yep.
No comment.
We are not
You
a
don't
political channel. We're a meme channel.
You don't think we're built different over here?
I think we're built similar, you know. So where were we? All right, yeah. VMAX, you're gonna win it.
Charity.
Yeah, charity.
For the kids.
It's for the children.
The kids.
Okay. Anyway, so yes, you can still win the VMAX, the Ditchfinder General. I'm very excited about that. And on top of that, I think we're going to be giving some stuff away tonight. But before we do that, I just to take it down. I know we're always ridiculous. We always start so ridiculous and talk about this. And oh, look at Cindy who's in the chat.
Cindy's in the chat?
Yes, Cindy's in the chat. It's because David goes, "Is my wife paying attention?"
I first said, "Hey, beautiful," but I was hoping that she would know that I was talking to her.
Right. Oh.
So not to bring things down, but
Cindy's his wife.
obviously there's a reason that we do this. I'm not trying to sit here and I've given the speech before, you guys know it, but there's what some people don't know is because Forgotten Angels helps so many people that you don't see on the channel. You know, there's some people who come on the channel, Junior and Jason and Evan and some of the other young men who've come on the channel and been okay being on camera. But that like represents these tiniest, and not taking anything away from them. They're great.
No, it's really awesome
kids.
when the kids want to be on the channel, but like you can't expect every kid who's coming out of foster care to want to be on YouTube.
Right.
Want to be filmed at their house, because that's what Forgotten Angels is. It's not a campground. The other, months of the year,
I mean, outside of
It's their
that,
house.
even outside of the kids that are on the property that live there, it's they help, you know, vastly more people who live off the property than they do on the property. The property can only hold so many people, and that's, you know, for cases that can do and that can help. But the vast majority of people they help are off property that don't get seen, that they're currently trying to help get out of bad situations. And I just like
Yeah.
David was talking about one earlier, which is can I actually talk about that? I'm not gonna name any specifics, but can I talk about that, David? I don't want to mess anything up or
No, absolutely.
okay. I meant to check before we started, but I didn't.
I hope the judge drives a motorcycle, listens to the channel.
Just a reminder for everybody to also set their quality to 1080p.
So, David was telling a story, and this is something I already knew you guys were trying to help him, but this David just participated in the first, like, actually went to court to talk to the judge.
And you did that this morning, right?
We had 1 o'clock this afternoon.
So this is a young man, a kid, not a young man, it's a kid, who, and I'll let David tell some of the specifics after this, but this is a kid who's at 14 years old, having not met his parents until he was older, basically being raised by his older brothers, but not in a good way, in a way that was very bad, in a incredibly destitute household where nobody's present, where people are having to fight to survive, fight to eat, fight to have basic necessities, was involved in a crime, an armed robbery that his older brothers, if I'm saying this correctly, if I'm saying this incorrectly, correct me, David.
No, you're right on time.
That his older brothers planned and did, but knowing that he was 14 and he didn't know, or even if he did know, but he didn't know, even if he did, I don't think it matters. 14 years old. They took guns along with it. Now, the guns were the guns ever brandished or pointed at anybody or shot?
No, they're in a knapsack.
Okay,
they were just in
there were
possession
guns.
of.
They were in possession of firearms,
Yeah.
but the kids who are older, you know, his older brothers know that, you know, okay, well, a 14-year-old, we're going to put the guns in his backpack, because he'll get a lighter sentence if we get busted. Now, the guns were never pulled out. They were never brandished. They were never fired. Okay,
they were
so
just in
they just
possession
broke into a bunch of cars, stole probably like just a very petty amount. I'm not trying to take anything away from somebody who gets a car broken into. That sucks. So a very petty amount of things. They were obviously caught by the police. The guns were discovered in his backpack, and he has currently been already incarcerated for 2 years.
Yep.
A 14-year-old has been in jail for 2 years.
So he's been in jail since he was 12?
No, he's 16 now.
She's 16 now.
2 years. You imagine what I want y'all to imagine what you were doing when you're 14, and imagine what you were doing when you're 16. Now, when I talk about Forgotten Angels and the work that they do, if someone can drop that link again, when I talk about Forgotten Angels and the work they can do, most people just kind of like, nothing against what you imagine. They imagine like some down on their luck kids or little orphan Annie or like some, it's not like that. These kids come from scenarios that are so bad that it's almost unbelievable. And there's so many of them. You know, they don't come from like, oh, their dad smacked them around, or like they didn't get the present they wanted for Christmas, or that's us. That was us. That was my experience. This is not the experience they have. They are psychologically abused, physically abused. A lot of them are sexually abused. They go through things that the horrors that they go through. If I talked about it, this video would be taken off of YouTube if I described what they had been through. And so you have a 14-year-old who has been basically talked into, and maybe he was excited to do it. Who hasn't wanted to please their older brother when they're 14 years old? You know? Like, so, or maybe he was strong-armed into it. It doesn't matter. He's 14. And he's already been in jail for 2 years. And right now, they're trying to give him 11 more years. That's what he's facing right now, is 11 years in jail. And so this is what David and Cindy
11
are
years is
fighting.
a life sentence.
That is
For a
at 14.
14-year-old.
At 14, you know, your first thought, you don't remember your first thoughts till you're about 3 or 4 years old. Everything before that's a snapshot. That's longer than his entire memory of his life in jail. Or no, never on. With the 2 years he's already served, that's 13 years. That's his whole life.
No,
That's the entire time he's been alive.
it'll actually end up being 16. It's 168 months.
So
So divide that by 12. That's 14 years plus the 2 that he's done. So it'll end up being
Longer than his whole life.
almost 18 years.
So I'm gonna let David kind of take over and tell a little bit more about that. I do have to use the bathroom, and I'll be right back. But I skipped a lot of specifics, but I want everyone to donate. When you buy a raffle ticket, that's the kind of thing that you're donating to. It's not just like, it's so nebulous. That's what I want to say. It's so nebulous. It'd be like, well, what does the $25 do? Does it buy like a meal, or does it like help someone get? Sometimes we don't know what it's going to do. Sometimes it's doing this. What the money does is so nebulous. So how much money does it take to get somebody who's been in jail since they were 14, has been in jail for 2 years? How much money does it take to get them to be a productive member of society? How much money is it worth? Can you put a dollar amount on it? Can you go like, okay, we'll say it's worth $50,000 for till he's 22. That's like, what? Can you put a dollar amount on it? Can you not? Like that's what blows my mind. Is that like it's worth an infinite amount of money because this is a human being with dreams and hopes and the infinite vast space that is the human consciousness inside a temporary flesh body. It's just insane to me. Like, what amount of money is right? You tell me. Where do you cut it off? Where do you go like, nah, not worth it anymore? Certainly worth more than $25. That's what I'm saying. That's what you're donating to.
Yes, although we do need a prison reform, that's not something that we personally can do at all. So what we can do is try and work with the system we have and get the kids out of it.
Yeah, I mean, Josh is right about some things in terms of voting for. It seems like the judge is compassionate because she couldn't make a decision today based on all the evidence, but the state, they're just bound and determined to give him 168 months, and that's it. And even though after I told them about Forgotten Angels, told them my credentials, told them the success rate, told them about some of the kids where they've been and where they are today, they're more like, you know what, you do the crime, you do the time. And the judge was just like taken aback by the fact that even though he was 14 years old, they're trying to give him more time than his older brothers, who were the ones who actually put it all together and gave him the bag to hold. So it's kind of, you know, it just sucks all around.
I mean, if you're going to give him essentially 16 years, at 14, you're giving him more years than he's been alive.
Yeah,
for stealing something.
Here's what was telling.
For the gun.
There were.
Oh, it's for the gun.
There were 8 people who were injured by the crimes, and all but one said that he should get probation. There was one lady that was. I don't want to diminish how she felt, but it seemed a little bit over the top. I can't sleep at night and this and that. And she wasn't even actually robbed. It was stuff out of her car. But everybody else wanted to give him a second chance and understood that he hasn't been given a good start and that, you know, he's not to blame for where he is. You know, he met his mom when he was 5 years old, met his dad when he was 8. And right now, even when he was 14, they couldn't find his grandmother, grandfather on either side, and both his parents were incarcerated when he did the time. So, like, what chance did this kid ever had? And the judge seems to recognize that, but the state really just doesn't give a shit. They want to put him away, and it's unfortunate. So, I'm hoping that the judge, because I called her own personal clerk literally seconds after I got off the phone and left a message, and then I called back again like 20 minutes later because she said she was at lunch. She answered the phone, and I asked the judge to call me, and she said that she would call me next week. So I'm hoping that when she hears a little bit more about our success rate versus what happens to kids when they go in for 16 years, that they'll choose to allow Forgotten Angels to have him. And he's a great kid. Cindy and I actually met him in person on his birthday on September 14th. We went to the actual Polk County Jail and met him in person. And we just he's a good looking kid. He's, you know, he's just a victim, you know, and they try to make it sound like because he made some bad choices that all these other people are the victim. Like,
And even if they are, does he deserve to be in prison for 16 years
no,
for stealing?
no, that's
He's 14.
That's a crime.
Because somebody put a gun in his backpack. Somebody else put a gun in his backpack. That's reprehensible that's allowed to happen, you know, and that they'll stand on something else. They'll stand on someone else doing something. It's just like, how many chances do you deserve when you're a teenager? An infinite amount. None. You know, how many do you deserve when you're a kid? How many do you deserve before your life is just ended? Because don't get it twisted. You know, if you put someone in jail for 16 years when they're 14, their life is over as they know it. Could they come back from it? Could they? Absolutely, they could. That is possible. Is it likely? Absolutely not.
Where did that happen? It happened here.
This is in Florida.
This is in Florida
Polk County.
in Polk County, which is one county over from Hillsborough.
Yeah, Sheriff Grady Judd doesn't exactly have the best humanitarian track record, if you ask me. But if anybody asks if I said that I've got pulled over in Polk County, I will call you a liar. By the way, don't get pulled over in Polk County.
Yeah,
I mean,
fuck.
I love that Grady Judd is against crime, but he doesn't seem to have 1 ounce of discernment, you know, regarding what one crime is versus another crime based on the age of the child. You know, if you're looking at a 32-year-old man who's grown up in a decent household who continues to make those decisions, it's one thing. We're talking about a 14-year-old kid who made a decision, and then they sent them right back to the same household of a bunch of criminals, which they knew it.
Did you tell the sorry.
But did he really make a decision as someone so young who only has these kinds of influences around him? Really, what he needs is some help.
Right.
Like,
When you say, how is that his decision?
Right.
You know,
It's
you
not-
can't.
My older brother took me fishing, for Christ's sake. You know, he didn't, and I didn't have a gun in my backpack when we went. My brother took me camping. He took me hiking. He taught me how to be a better young man. He taught me what he knew. These guys, you know, are pieces of shit who's literally bringing their younger brother to commit a crime. You know.
David, did you say the blanket analogy? Because I thought that was very powerful.
Well, just that, you know, if you.
Now, he said this to the judge, by the way. This is something he said direct. You did say directly to the judge, right?
Yeah, and I the analogy is really simple. You know, if you put a kid in a bad situation where he makes a decision based on his environment, and then you put him back in the exact same environment, you're more than likely to get the same outcome from the same kid. And so the state just doesn't seem to recognize or acknowledge that this kid has never been given a chance to do good, because every example that he has are 2 idiot brothers that have been in jail, you know, doing crime after crime. They're literally going to jail now. They can't even see when he gets out, if he gets out, he won't even be able to see his brothers because his brothers are going to jail too. It's just, I mean, it's unfortunate.
His brothers are adults.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think, I mean, who cares if, I mean, I know fair isn't the right word, but a kid should not get more years than he's been alive on this fucking earth.
That's insane.
That is ridiculous.
And here's the thing, you know, when that's a news headline, you know what people do? They go, "That's crazy," and they put down no one puts down a newspaper
We
anymore.
should
They close
do
out of an app
something
now.
about
They're like,
this.
someone should do something about this.
Yeah, but even
well, here we are.
what's amazing is 9 of the 10 people that testified who were injured by the crime, and that's what they call it, being injured, all wanted him to get probation or a lesser sentence or counseling, something that would help him move forward in a better capacity than what jail would do. There was only one lady, the very first one, who she seemed to have a bug up her butt about this kid, which I mean, like, I acknowledge and I give her that she was wronged, but would she have asked the exact same type of sentence for her own kid? I don't think so.
In an exact same scenario.
Yeah.
No, not at all. And it's just, it's kids, man. Kids mess up, man. If I got taken to task for every bad thing I did as a kid, I would, I don't know if I'd be in jail for life, but I would have done some time if they added them all up.
Well, the prosecutor for the state asked me, what my credentials were, and I told him that even before that, I said, that young kid, Darius, is me. The only difference is he got caught and I didn't. It doesn't make me any better of a person, but the trajectory of my life changed because I didn't get caught. And so in order for us to change the trajectory of his life, we have to treat him as if he didn't also. So we need to change his environment, provide him with support, love, encouragement, all the things that we're trying to provide him. But the state just doesn't give a shit. He asked me all kinds of questions about Forgotten Angels. He wanted to know if it was fenced in. He wanted to know what our experience were. And then
what kind of fenced in?
Well, he just wanted to know,
if we have a gate, or if if they have access to leave when they want to.
Access to leave.
Right.
And,
there's razor wire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
But so after learning that, that I went to school for psychology, that I've been doing this for 17 years. I'm also a guardian ad litem, and I'm qualified to determine which kids are going to do well in our program versus which ones won't. He still got up there and said, I love that you guys are going to do this. And he made it sound like he was about to say, let's let him go to Forgotten Angels. And then at the last second, almost like a fucking movie, which pissed me off, he says, but he still has to do the time. And I wanted to strangle a little prick.
That's what he said. He still has to do the time.
Yeah.
And the time being 16 years.
Yeah. Eventually it would end up being a total of 16 years.
People like that, it's like they're playing a freaking video game or something. Or you know what? You said it right. They think there's some people out there in the justice system, lawyers, who think they're in a freaking John Grisham novel. And they really do. And if you've never read legal dramas, I actually love legal dramas, but they are very fun to read, but they've inspired some pretty crappy lawyers.
Yeah.
My hands are tied.
Yeah. My favorite legal drama being, what was that one with Al Pacino and Keanu Reeves? The Devil's Advocate.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah. Anyway, so these people think they're in a
what we're
legal
watching
drama,
tonight.
but you know what? They're putting people in jail for 16 years when he's 14 years old is unconscionable. And so if you've ever wondered where your money's going, if you've ever wondered this, it's going to stuff like this.
River Rat Rhines has a question. He wants to know what he can personally do to help. He wants to know what he can do more than just donating, because right now there is a link available that I am going to post right here at Raffle Creator. This is how you can personally donate to Forgotten Angels.
And also maybe win a VMAX.
And maybe win a VMAX.
Or $250,000.
Yes, or $250,000. All of this money goes straight to Forgotten Angels, and nobody works there, so you don't have to worry about anyone getting paid out of this money.
Also, just so we know, people do work there, they just don't get paid.
Oh yeah, work happens.
Mile Maker is in the chat, so he's there pretty much he's in the fold now. He's there working all the time.
No, there's tons of people, even specifically in this chat, who come up all the time to Forgotten Angels and donate their time, their energy, their money, their weekends. So thank you so much for that. And so how can somebody help who's not local without?
So that's what we're trying to do.
Financially.
What we're trying to do with this raffle, and don't think that this is something that I try to caution people's expectations to a certain degree, because this isn't a TV show. As much as some of these lawyers want to get up on stand and pretend like they're in a freaking legal drama, that they're freaking, what is that? Bow, 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 like they're on CSI or something.
No, that's the other one. Law and Order. Yeah, you got it. Law and Order.
Or I always just think of I always just think of Matlock. Remember Matlock? I just would Matlock always pissed me off because my grandpa watched it and I could not tell the difference between Leslie Nielsen and Andy Griffith. as a kid, and I was just like, why is the guy from Police Squad not being funny? So I hated Matt, and it came on before Airwolf, so it always pissed me off that I had to sit through it to watch Airwolf. Anyway, so this ain't a TV show; it takes time. But what we are trying to do is spread Forgotten Angels to every single state. Some states will have 2 locations because some states are pretty big. As the saying goes, in jolly old England, they like to say that Americans think 100 years is a long time. But we like to say that in England, they think 100 miles is a long way because their whole country is like 50 miles wide or something.
Who says that? I've never heard that before in my life.
That's 100%. That's the saying. Anyway, America's big, so we're trying to spread it to every single state. That's the point of what we're doing here is we're building and without giving too much away, we're building a self-sustaining model to be repeated across the United States here in Florida. And that's, again, the money is going, absolutely. The money gets used. The money gets used for, how much does it cost to make someone not homeless? You tell me, because I don't know. For some people, it could be $1,000. For some people, it could be $1 million. Like, what is the cost? How much does it cost to get someone to not be homeless? All you have to do is keep on trying.
And what, do you not help somebody who's homeless just because they're trying to not be homeless? Do you just not help that person? You let them starve because they asked for help and they don't want to be a part of Forgotten Angels program? You just let them suffer? No, you fucking help them too.
You help them. So that's what we're doing right now. So how do you help outside of Florida right now? I don't know how to tell you that.
I do.
Okay, well, David does. Never mind.
It doesn't matter what you do when you're helping somebody. If everybody just chose one thing that was right in front of their face to make a difference, everybody knows what we do with the kids, but most people don't know that when it gets under 50 degrees, I go out and I hand out blankets and sweaters and hats. Whenever I have the opportunity to do that, we give out food. I literally always have dollar bills in my car. Like literally every single time I see somebody homeless, and anybody who's ever driven with me can attest that I always give somebody some money. And I know everybody feels differently about that. Some people think that they're just, supporting a drug habit or what. It's not for you to decide that. You give the food, I'll give the money for food, and tell them that. Spend it well is what I tell everybody. Literally, I don't preach to anybody. I just basically say spend it well. Whatever that means to them, it means to them. But if I do give them money and they use it for drugs, then the next person that gives them money, maybe they will use it for food. So
that's compassion. That's the difference. I'm not trying to interrupt you, David, but that's compassion. And that's the difference between giving because you want to feel good about what they're doing with it because it makes you feel good, and you're just giving because what you're doing is helping out another human being. Well, sorry, go. I'm sorry.
No, here's what I can guarantee. I guarantee you that every single person under the sound of my voice has clothes in a closet that they don't use. Right now, it might be a sweater, it might be a shirt, it might be shoes, but everybody has something that's been sitting there long enough that they could give it away. Everybody has a few extra cans of food or beans or peas or whatever that have been sitting in there and, just gaining dust. There's always something, but it all adds up. The problem is most people are hoarders. And when I say hoarders, as a country, in the last 6 years, there have been so many storage units opening up so people can store shit that they don't even use. People are literally spending money to save stuff that they don't even have room for in their homes. That's ridiculous,
Famine mentality. People think they're in a famine. They're acting like they're in a famine, but they ain't.
Well, listen, I recognize, the other day, Cindy does most of the shopping. I'm grateful that she does. The other day, I went to just get some drinks. I got a few drinks. I got some fruit and some pineapple. It was like $38. And I just couldn't imagine what it must be like for that mother or father who are living on a budget and, going back to, just sugar water with some lemon in it because they can't afford proper drinks.
And regardless of where you stand politically, one thing we can all agree on right now is groceries are fucking expensive.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It's insane, man. And people don't deserve to fail. They don't deserve to not have a chance. And so a lot of people are talking about how they used to be. By the way, Mytharath, our KLR winners in the chat, who was a former drug addict. And then Tony Hay Munkets, talking about how he called his mother to cry and apologize for everything he ever did to her when he got his first apartment, which is like that. I never apologize to my parents.
I got to.
Yeah,
I got
but
to apologize to my parents.
I forgave my parents. So like the whole, like, that accepting forgiveness thing is a huge deal. I didn't ask my parents to forgive me, but I did forgive them. So it's huge. But yes, we're trying to expand to other places. People who live on the West Coast will experience this way more than people who live over here outside of like New York. But in Seattle, in San Diego, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Portland, the homeless crisis is real. The tent cities are real. If you haven't seen it, this is only something that exists on TV, well, I'll tell you that we've been there.
It's not
real.
just a homeless problem. It is a homeless crisis.
It's a crisis.
Like at this point, it is a human crisis.
And every single person living in a tent is a human being. And I think it's sick for our souls because it is easy. And I'm not casting aspersions on people who have to make mental walls and have to compartmentalize the horror that is a living, breathing human being with a consciousness living in a tent on the side of the road. I'm not saying that that's a bad person that you have to compartmentalize and go like, well, if they only applied themselves or they just need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. I'm not trying to say that if you have done that in the past or if you are currently doing that, I'm not saying you're a bad person. But I'm saying if you are currently doing it, you need to wipe the scales from your eyes. That is not the case. We live in an incredible excess. And you need to stop thinking about that. It's this famine mentality that people keep and hold and go, you can get what I have if you only try. It's like, no, man, if you have extra, if you have more, you can give a little to help somebody. And this needs to be attacked at its core, at its base. And who knows, statistics are so, notoriously unreliable, but, consistently they say something like 60 or 70% of people who are homeless right now at some point spent time in the foster care system. So this is even outside of that, how does somebody become homeless? How does somebody go from a living, breathing human being with opposable thumbs and a will to live? How do they become homeless? It's easy. Drugs.
Yeah. Well, I just feel like you kind of like glazed over that, not on purpose, but I just like, God, it's so fucking important. Like such an important statistic is that like 80% of people who like of foster people.
That's where I was going with it because it starts with the parents. It's a failure. It's a failure of leadership. We could say parents, but it's a failure of leadership when somebody's young.
Statistic.
And so it's like these, you go, how does somebody become homeless? It's a failure when they were young. How does somebody get addicted to drugs? All these things? It's a failure of leadership when they were young. And so how does somebody want to help? How can you help? Well, right now you can help by buying a $25 raffle ticket. David bought the VMAX, so I've bought a couple bikes here and there. This is not money that big money we're taking out of the charity. Buy $25, you might win a bike. I'm not asking you to pay for the bike. We're asking you to just buy a raffle ticket. 100% of it goes to Forgotten Angels. So here's the thing, man. How can you help in your hometown? Well, you can be a leader in your community. What we're trying to do eventually, I'm talking over the next 10 years, hopefully sooner, but over the next 10 years, and maybe even 10 years is a little optimistic, is creating the tools that people need, the network and the tools that someone needs in order to be a mentor in their community. Because I think that homelessness and kids who are aging out of the foster care system should be treated the same way as Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous. They need a one-on-one sponsor. But, when you're a sponsor for somebody who's in AA, a lot of times people who are in AA, they have a job, they have a house, they're fine. Maybe they're on the bad path and they're going down the wrong path. But when somebody's homeless, you need resources to be their sponsor. You can't just go like, I'm going to help this person. You'll bankrupt yourself. You want to go like, I'm going to specifically help one person become not homeless. If you're living a normal life, you can't do that. It is so expensive. You have no idea how expensive it is to get somebody off the streets, let alone a kid.
Just to say the statistics here a little bit. So there are approximately 400,000 youth currently in foster care in the United States. 20,000 of the youth age out of foster care every year. 20,000 kids age out of foster care every single year. Within 18 months of emancipation, 50% of the youth will be homeless. That is half. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That is a homeless crisis. So what you can do to help is like he said, no one person can support someone financially become not homeless, but you could donate $25, or if you can't, you could tell somebody who could. That's how you can help if you don't have money, is you could tell somebody who can. If that's somebody that you're friends with, somebody in your family, or somebody you work with, maybe it's your boss, or you go to corporate and see if HR has a some sort of charitable donations that they do, and they give to a different foundation each year. Maybe they can give to Forgotten Angels this time.
You know, a lot of the people who are homeless are just looking for some sign of hope that they can do it. I mean, I met a couple. It was a black couple. She was dressed, I swear to God, like a black Mary Poppins. Okay. They had suitcases that were matching suitcases, and it was a husband and wife. It was actually right downtown by the bus stop.
Okay.
And I was handing out blankets, and I only had one more blanket, and the husband was great, give it to her. I'm like, and I said to him, I was. And then he was like, he goes, everything okay? And I was like, no, it's not okay. I said, you need to get your shit together and get your wife off the streets. I said, and I literally told him, I said, if I come back here tomorrow and you're here, I'm going to beat your ass. Because he was too proud to call his family members or friends and ask for help. He would rather allow his wife to be on the streets with him sleeping at night. Now, I get that there was a series of events that brought him to that point, but it literally took a threat to get him to actually decide that he was going to actually do something. But a lot of them just are a kind word, you know, giving him something to eat, something to get through the night will give them hope that there are people out there that will help them, because most of them are hopeless. And that's where all the suicides come from homeless people. And you don't hear about them because the police basically pick them up off the street, they call a coroner, and that's the end of it. But, you know, if somebody hears something kind, I mean, I often just ask them what their names
like,
are.
how do you even get the statistic of homeless people who commit suicide? How could you find an accurate statistic for that? You can't.
It's not going to be out there. You won't find that.
It's always going to be higher.
Yeah, cannot be an accurate statistic.
That's how people get into drugs. Most people don't know how does somebody make the decision to smoke methamphetamines or snort them or inject them. You can do it in a bunch of different ways. How does somebody make that decision? Well, if you were experiencing the absolute worst time of your life living on the street, would you pay $5 to not experience that for 2 hours? And especially if somebody was predatory about offering it to you, because people who sell methamphetamines are very predatory. You know, next time you listen to, and I hate to do this because I love rap music, but next time you listen to an album about trapping, that's what they're talking about.
Yeah, but Tony earlier made a point that he was homeless for 2 years and drugs played no part of it. There are a ton of veterans that are on the streets suffering from PTSD. I don't know how there's so many women. Last year, I can't remember which time it was, but one of the times that I went out, the first 7 people that I encountered were women. And I felt so ashamed of the system that there's people out there. I mean, I'm not the only person that saw these women. There are police officers, there are clergy, there are doctors, lawyers, uh, public officials that see them also, and just continue to drive by and do nothing. It just makes me sick. So voting some of these assholes out of office would be a good start.
Yeah. And we're trying to put tools in people's hands so they can do it. It's just not going to happen tomorrow. But I will tell you, everybody who's been a part of this, everybody who comes and picks up a stick on the property and helps us with the campouts, because the campouts educate people and let people know and bring people together to work towards it. Everybody who shares these raffles, everybody who donates money, everybody who tells somebody about it, gets their job involved. Their job has, the funds that they put towards charities. I will tell you this. You are on the cusp of something very big, I think. And is that big thing going to happen tomorrow? No, this isn't a TV show. But, give us 10 years. I know 10 years is a long time. But, or maybe it won't be. Who knows? Maybe it's next year. Maybe next year Richard Branson will be like, here's $1 billion. Just do it. Somehow I don't think so, but.
Who's Richard Branson?
Richard Branson's my favorite billionaire, okay? Everyone's like Elon Musk and fucking all this. No, Richard Branson.
Richard Branson owns Virgin Atlantic and Virgin Airlines.
Cool.
Man, he's a virgin?
Yeah.
Somehow I don't think so. He's got an island.
Yeah, he does. I can't remember the name of it.
I can't either.
Yeah.
What I like about Richard, I saw an interview on, of all things, watching in my kitchen in the 90s, on watching Richard Branson get interviewed by Robin Leach on lifestyles of the rich and famous.
Gwen, do you know who Richard Branson is?
Robin Leach.
Hell no. Yeah. See, you guys are just old.
No, and Richard Branson
Really
repeated
aging
one thing
yourself.
over. Because what do you ask anybody who's a billionaire is, how'd you make your money? And he has always consistently said the same thing: by hiring good people, by investing in people.
He actually goes on his own plane and serves drinks to his customers.
Yeah, Richard Branson's the real deal, man.
Yeah, he's cool as hell.
I'm a big Branson fan.
Yeah.
All you muskers can suck it.
Yeah, if I were white, I'd want to be Richard Branson.
As it is, who's a black billionaire? Oprah? I don't want to.
Yeah.
Hard to want to be Oprah when you're David.
For real. Okay, but I'm
No offense,
forever
Oprah.
taking a sound clip of, if I was white, I would want to be Richard Branson. Like, for real, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That was
Oprah
definitely the key moment of this live stream.
Oprah is a billionaire. She's actually quite nice. I spoke to her on the phone one time.
I mean, she doesn't look. She looks like she's really nice, man. She gives shit away. She has fun, I mean, you can't have that much money and not be a certain amount of out of touch. Like, that's impossible, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I'd like to find out.
No. You know what?
No.
When I was working with Danny Glover, I asked him about an incident where she paid a big amount of money to have him attend a 10th anniversary of the movie The Color Purple. And so I said, do you think that she would be willing to help us out with your foundation? And so he goes, well, let's call her and find out. So he picks up the phone, and I'm watching him go through his Rolodex of every single name of who's who of
On his
Hollywood.
iPhone.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? Years earlier, I tried to get Oprah Winfrey to be a part of a book that I was doing for the NAACP called Standing Up for Freedom. Couldn't get anywhere close. He picks up the phone, dials a number, and all I hear on the other side is, Daddy! I'm like, God.
Hello?
That's
Just like that.
That's
Just
a
like
whole
that.
different lifestyle.
Oh,
man.
my God. Yeah, they're on a different level.
Yeah. If you guys didn't know that about David, David has been around. So I'll just leave it at that, because it's not my story to tell. He can tell you that in person.
And I don't have VD.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been around and he's lived to tell the tale.
He's been around.
Yeah, so I would just say,
Didn't we just find out that the saying he's been around was invented by Ernest
it was
Hemingway?
invented by Ernest Hemingway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not
Yeah.
a thing before Ernest Hemingway.
Ernest
He
Hemingway
fucking invented
popularized
that shit.
We just went through this. I'm a
Right.
So Shay and I are we're both fucking Papa Hemingway stans, by the way. And
Yeah,
you've
you know
not-
that song, I love it when you call me Big Papa, That
It's
song's
about
about Ernest Hemingway.
So if you have not ever picked
No,
up
it's
For Whom
not.
the Bell Tolls,
It's not.
do yourself a favor, and read it. Anyway, yeah, he invented that. He also invented the term shithead. Or no, sorry, shit-faced.
Shit-faced, yeah.
Shit-faced he invented. He
My respect for this person is growing by the minute.
He popularized ciao as a
Ciao.
as a pretentious way to say goodbye. Just so many things. It was very cool, man. What was some of the other ones? Stumble bum, but like people don't use that anymore. There's some really cool ones that Hemingway came up with, dude. I actually had this conversation earlier.
You said stumble bum?
Stumble bum, yeah.
What does that mean? Explain.
Just kind of a loser, drunk person, like it's like kind of a catch-all term for kind of a loser.
Like a wino or like
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Like a vagrant kind of. Crazy. Cool.
Yeah, no, Ernest Hemingway made writing tough because he wrote about exciting things, about bullfighting and racing cars and battling the elements, and it's a guy who volunteered to go to war because he believed in the cause and also wanted to write a book about it. And how can you write a book about it if you haven't been there?
Have you been to the Keys, Josh?
I've never been to the Keys, but I do want to visit the Hemingway house when I go there.
Yeah, but it's not just the Hemingway house. The Bass Pro Shops in Isla Morada is his actual.
The Bass Pro
boat.
Shops, you say?
Yeah, no, his boat.
His boat is there.
Ernest Hemingway's boat is actually inside the Isla Morada.
So
Bass Pro Shops.
I also write standing up because I have to because my back hurts. But it was one of the when I first, and I was already had read Hemingway, but I was like, when I found out that Hemingway also wrote standing up, it was like the biggest tickle of my life.
That's
You know?
good. Hey, Josh, as long as you don't pee standing and sitting down, you and I can still be friends.
What am I to you then? What am I?
A friend.
Oh,
Just,
yeah, but you're supposed to sit down.
She writes.
Well,
She writes sitting down too.
Well, I'll say the same thing. If you pee standing up, we've got a problem.
I do want to go to the Hemingway house, very much so. And again, if you guys are out there and if you're into literature, pick up For Whom the Bell Tolls, which is I would say is probably my favorite Hemingway novel.
For Whom the Bell Tolls?
Yeah. It's not just a Metallica song.
No, I was just thinking about Finally Cool because he always goes For Whom the Horn Honks.
Yeah.
Now I know why you said that.
Anyway, I'm glad we lent some levity to the situation.
Yeah,
Because we can't. A Farewell to Arms, of course, is amazing. Everything. You pick up anything. That's amazing. So we always got to inject a little levity and a couple laughs into this, because if you don't, then you're going to have a bad time. If you're not able to laugh about this and make jokes, then you're going to have a terrible time. There's a time to be serious. There's a time to laugh and have fun. We can always still laugh and have fun, because isn't that the point? We're trying to because it's hard to laugh and have fun when your back's against the wall and you're not having a good time. So here you go. That's my goal. Get somebody up to the point where they can have leisure time and they can laugh and have a good time and have time to sit down and read a good book, because that is that is a fucking luxury that I enjoy quite frequently. And the fact that I get to read as much as I do is an incredible luxury that I would love for everybody to be able to experience.
Let's do a Keys Shade Tree run means something different if you read it slowly.
Let's do it.
But a lot of kids don't have the luxury of entertainment and of practicing hobbies and things, because they don't even require entertainment to be provided for kids who are in the foster care system. You don't have to provide food or entertainment.
Nothing.
Nothing
what
really.
You have to provide.
All you have to provide
Florida,
is the roof over their head.
and air conditioning.
Yeah.
I assume a refrigerator.
If it's upstate, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what it is. Other states might have different rules, but in Florida, it's 4 walls. I'm sure running water, and air conditioning. I don't know if is a refrigerator on the list.
Yeah.
Okay, but they don't have to put food in it.
Nope.
Nope,
Isn't
they
that
don't have to-
amazing? People don't believe that.
Yeah, like
Like, oh,
In
you
the
don't have
foster
to
care
feed them?
system, you
No, you
don't
don't.
have to feed your foster kids. You just have to give them the fridge.
Yeah, you don't have to feed them.
No, you don't have to feed them.
All right, Doodle just entered the chat.
Be quiet.
So now we're going to start our giveaways. So I dipped out of Doodle stream.
We're giving Doodle away?
But no, I did say that if somebody matched my donation to Doodle, my super chat, that I would get a Doodle on a motorcycle tattoo.
Well, Doodle just matched her donation to you,
She
so now
really
she
wants
has
that.
to get a Shade Tree Surgeon tattoo.
So here's what's next. I'm about to call her and add Noodle on the motorcycle. It's funny. I like that.
No, Noodle on the motorcycle is me falling off.
All right. We're just call Doodle.
You're going to call her?
Her text to me is like, you don't have to.
Too
Too late for that.
Too late. Poor Doodle.
Doodle on the motorcycle. Hello.
Doodle on a motorcycle. I can hear our video in the back. Are you watching us, you freaking super fan?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Why
God,
are you
dude.
so obsessed
There's
with
a lag,
me?
so I didn't see you call me until my phone rang, but it wasn't happening on the live.
Let's go. She always picks up for me. Anyway, so
Yeah,
anyway,
there
so
you
I
go.
have to get a Doodle on a motorcycle tattoo. Here's what I think I'm gonna do.
You can't do that. You're gonna get
Here-
in trouble with your women.
Which one? Who do you think will be the
All of
maddest?
them.
Oh, please.
The blonde one.
Is there a blonde one?
I don't think there's a blonde one.
Are you kidding me? There's no blonde one.
No, I like, like swarthy women. Obviously. No, they're one. Okay, there's a blonde one. Actually, yeah. I just had to think about it for a second.
I don't think there's a blonde one.
No, there's
You
a
can
blonde
get-
one.
You can get a doodle like a dog or a drawing doodle, and there's your loophole.
Here's what I'm going to say is the
Okay.
next person. So we're going to start it now. The next person, because we're about to start doing giveaways for the charity, is anybody. We're going to do all of our giveaways, but anybody, and you can combine them. If 4 people want to combine their donations, that's okay. So it doesn't matter how you do it. You just got to work together and tell me that you did it. The first person or a group of people to combine their donations and get $500 worth of raffle tickets, I will let them pick my Doodle on a motorcycle tattoo.
Okay, so we are currently, right now, we are currently at 543, 275.
Bonus points if you're an art. If you're not an artist, I'll just have Blissful Ellie's laughing in blonde.
Is she blonde?
Kind of.
Barely.
God.
Don't feel bad that you forgot Ellie. She's only 6'5".
Ellie, it's not blonde.
Well, you could argue that she's like dirty blonde, so maybe no.
Okay, you're way too hung up on this. We're getting a Doodle on a motorcycle
Yeah.
tattoo.
So we don't have to wait for this one.
Oh my gosh.
We don't have to wait for this one. And if you're not an artist, that's also okay. Because I'll just get Ken to drop 4 different Doodle tattoos and let you guys just pick which one.
Oh my god.
Oh, Dr. Girlfriend. Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
You forgot Dr. Girlfriend.
Love you, Dr. Girlfriend, my bad. Oh shit, Ichiban Moto's here.
Ooh, Ichiban.
I love Ichiban Moto.
Ichiban. Well, now you're gonna get me in trouble. We're both gonna get in trouble with your women.
No. And I'm in trouble now because Ellie's not blonde. I mean, brown, blonde. They're so close, dude. My hair. If I spend enough time in the
know.
sun, my hair's blonde.
Does David look
I
blonde
don't
to
know.
you?
Okay. No, he doesn't. I guess he could be. That'd be Ruby Rod from The Fifth Element. Anyway, so we'll go ahead and that, but we do have some other things to give away. Doodle, come down here, please. Come hang with us. Come be with us and experience our essence.
Okay. Well, I'm coming for Thanksgiving and Christmas. So, are you guys around this weekend or end of December?
We'll see you there.
Okay.
All right, text
Okay,
me.
I'll text you before I get there and see if you guys are free.
For you, I'm always free. We'll get Blissful Ellie down here too, so you can teach her how to use. No, she just started riding. She just got her Himalayan. Have you been watching her channel?
I'm so proud of you, Ellie. That's
Go
so-
subscribe to Blissful Ellie's channel. She just got a Himalayan. She's doing and you need to come down and you teach her how to do U-turns.
I can do that. That's like the one thing I can do.
She's got a ton of miles on it also.
Yo, she's already put. She got it a few months ago. She's already put over 2,000 miles on it. Like her first bike, she bought it herself, completely cash. It's very
damn,
cool.
girl.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Wow.
All right,
Ellie, that's awesome.
all right.
Ellie.
Doodle, we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, talk to you soon.
Farewell, goodbye. Au revoir, et au revoir. Anyway, if you're not subscribed to Blissful Ellie, go subscribe to her. She's got some Himalayan videos coming soon on her channel.
She does the Himalayan?
Yeah, she's got a Royal Enfield Himalayan. And they keep sending all these people, like, I'm not casting no aspersions upon the people that they've sent to India to test out the Royal Enfield Himalayan. But, you know, Ellie's got, like, God, I think she's coming up on almost 200,000 on Instagram, I believe, or if not over 200,000. Let me check.
What?
No, 195,000. So Ellie's 195,000 on Instagram.
Damn.
You know, she posted 2 vids in the last few months. One of them motorcycle related, one of them not. That are like close. One of them's over 1 million views. The other one's closing in 1 million views.
Wow.
And she didn't get invited to the Royal Enfield thing. So I'm just like, Royal Enfield can suck my left hind tit. I'm not a good representative. David's a good representative. I'm a bad representative. Because the minute somebody wrongs me, I'm like, you're dead to me forever.
No, I want Ellie to send Honda a letter and say she wants a Goldwing.
She wants a Goldwing. She wants a Goldwing so bad.
No, but she wants to give it to
Josh
Forgotten Angels.
Also considers being wronged as not being invited to something. You don't invite Josh, you've wronged him. Now you're on the shit list. We're not a good corporate fit. I don't think we ever will be. Where does
17
escaping the
mil?
wing
Wow.
come from? Florida is the wing of the United States. So when you get out of Florida, you're escaping the wing. That's where that comes from. I don't know where that, like,
Duh.
I don't.
Who asked that?
Somebody in the
Oh,
comments.
Stump
That
Jumper.
one's clearly not from here.
Stump, have you been to Florida?
Florida's the wing. Josh is really close to having to get a doodle on a motorcycle tattoo. You're like $150 away from having to get a doodle tattoo.
No, I'm already getting it. I was just going to let somebody pick it. They have to donate $500 though, or
I see.
collaborate
Yeah.
with somebody else and donate
I
$500
see.
together.
Yeah. The answer is no, Tony. If you trade your Harley in for a Vespa, nobody's talking to you. Ever again.
Unless it's a vintage Vespa.
Nobody.
I'll
With the
talk to you.
3-speed.
Ever.
I will. Just me, though.
They won't even acknowledge you when they drive by with a peace sign. They'd be like, oh, no, it's a Vespa.
I know. No one ever waves at me on my Trail 125. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I'm a motorcycle, technically.
Okay, anyway, I'm back. So can we make this about me again real quick?
Sure.
All right, cool. Anyway, so like I was saying, women love me. Men want to be me.
Fish fear me.
Fish, yep. Fish fear me. Women fear me.
Gas keep.
Fish fear me.
Yeah.
Gaslight. Gatekeep. Girl boss.
Yeah. Fish fear me. Women want to. Wait, how's that go?
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
Hey, listen up, baby. Life's a lot better in my own personal fantasy that I walk around in. If I have to experience the real world, it just sounds like a. Whew. Thank God I don't. A lot of people do. That's why you should donate $25 to Forgotten Angels, because they could. Otherwise, they're having to experience a reality that I never want to. Anyway,
The new girl is Gwen. She doesn't have an Instagram or anything. She's just my
Gwen
friend.
the Gramless.
She's just my
Just
friend.
IRL today, making a rare appearance.
Yeah.
You know.
Guinevere.
No, there's really no need to perceive her.
Yeah, don't.
Gwendolyn.
Just here for the vibes, man.
Yeah, she's just here.
I like
for the
Guinevere
hit
better.
vibes. Guinevere.
Guinevere, Gwendolyn.
Guinevere the Gramless.
Gwenifer.
Gwenifer, I like that one.
You know, and whichever, pick one. I don't care.
Oh, that's what it is.
Gwethany.
Women.
Gwethany. I haven't heard that one yet. I think I'm claiming that. I'm claiming
Gwethany?
Yeah, that's my alter ego, Gwethany.
How do you spell your name?
Gwethany?
Gwen. Gwen.
No, full.
Oh, Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn.
Oh, is it actually Gwendolyn?
Dollyn. In case you were wondering.
Did you specifically not want to go by Lynn? Did you ever
Ew.
consider it?
Yeah, I mean, when you've got Gwen, why would you go by Lynn, right?
I like Gwen. I think it's good.
I like Gwen too.
Yeah, Gwen's good.
Yeah, N. Yeah, that's a
You got a
great
lot
way
of choices.
Yeah.
I mean, Gwendolyn's a beautiful name. I'm not gonna turn it into N.
Why not? What?
Your name has a.
Just what? Actually, like a secret nickname of mine that was given to me by my mom at a young age. She used to call me Wendy, which I think is a cute way to break down the name.
Ooh.
Ooh.
It's like,
Your name has so many syllables.
it does.
That would
That's
be
why
very
I shortened it to Gwen. I don't really go by Gwendolyn. It's a mouthful.
Your name has for somebody who's not from America, they would be like, "What?"
It's a Welsh name. Yeah, it's a Welsh name.
Do you know where Wendy comes from? It was actually created for Peter Pan.
No, it wasn't.
That's where it came from.
Yeah. It was literally created for.
Like, I'm gullible as
Look it up,
fuck.
look it
Like,
up.
No, I
Are
believe
you really?
David wouldn't lie.
Look it up.
David's
I'll-
not
I'll-
a liar.
I'll look it up. I'll look it
I
up.
don't think David would ever lie, even on accident. So.
Also,
Gwendaholics Anonymous. I do not appreciate that.
also,
what
also-
the fuck? What the fuck, guys?
also, Gwendolyn, I've got a bridge in Arizona to sell you later.
What the fuck?
All right. Popularized by the character of in J.M. Barrie's play Peter Pan in 1904.
That's cool.
Wendy. Would I lie to you?
You did it. Oh, but they spell it different there.
Oh, who cares?
Dry Heat Doug and Flippin' the Mule collectively donated $500.
Okay. Oh shit. Well, it's between y'all.
So
Are
that's
any one of
between
you
y'all.
artists? Flipping the Mule. I love him. He's
I love
great.
him too.
He's so good. He's so good. I love Dry Heat Doug too. Remember when Dry Heat Doug was like cheersing us from the hot tub with his wife? I love it. He made a video on Instagram. He's just like, "We're watching your channel." There was him and his old lady were.
I do remember that.
They were drunk as hell in the hot tub, just being like, "We're watching your videos." They made a video. I love that. Made me very happy. Thank you, Dry Heat Doug. And obviously, Flipping the Bew Mule is amazing. So if you guys aren't artists, I will have Ken make some, and you guys can pick from them. Thank you for your donation. It's amazing. Doodle, if you're still here. Dry Heat Doug, a shirtless man in a hot tub, and Flipping the Bew Mule, and a veteran who's living in the mountains in North Carolina. They're going to decide what your face looks like on my leg. Anyway, you think I won't do it? I'll do it. I got a tattoo of Waldo on my leg.
Yeah, it's true. You do have a Waldo tattoo.
Also, me and Ken we have matching tattoos. If nobody saw that. Ken Dean, who owns Tiger Temple Tattoo, is a very close friend of mine. Amazing human being. I love
He does
him
all
so
of
dearly.
my tattoos.
Don't you have Johnny Cash also?
I got a Johnny Cash tattoo. But me and Ken got matching tattoos, and they're Florida themed, and they're two love bugs with human genitalia that are having sex. And we got them tattooed in our armpits.
That is so romantic. That is honestly probably the most romantic thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. So if you guys are wondering what you have to compete with, yeah.
That's why it's romantic. Yeah.
There we go. How much to get? Try Triple Kylie or Doodle. How much to get Doodle down here to do the tattoo?
Oh my god. Oh, poor Doodle.
For whom the jalapeno screams. There's a lot of people who've been inspired to get tattoos by memes off the Shade Tree channel.
It's true. There are multiple Brapstar tattoos that exist.
We have
Which I
Brapstar
think is
tattoos
just
on
absolutely insane that tattoos exist.
hands.
We have some Forgotten Angels ones now too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
isn't it fucking crazy?
It's amazing.
Okay, for someone who's not on the internet that much, can you explain to me what this doodle tattoo thing is that you guys are?
Doodle's my friend.
Okay.
Yeah, she
She's
does YouTube videos
Doodle is a
too.
person. She's Doodle on a Motorcycle is her YouTube channel.
Awesome.
So Doodle is her internet name.
Okay, cool.
So like
are you getting her logo or something like that? Or
I don't know.
don't know.
Who knows?
Oh,
I'll let Ken decide
so,
because
like,
Ken
doodle themed.
Ken
Cool.
the way that Ken's brain works is a mystery to most people. So he's a strange human being. So I'll just tell him to be like, all right, go watch like a few videos from Doodle, and then I won't ask him to do a design. I'll be like, watch like 5 videos, and then just make whatever you think should be a tattoo. You know, that's how I'll do it.
That's fun.
Should we
that's
let
the person you were watching earlier. Okay, cool.
Yeah, should we
Cool,
let
tight.
Should we let just pick random videos that he watches of Doodles, or like her 5 most popular
I'll let him pick.
videos? Okay.
Ken knows what he's doing.
Yeah, for sure.
Ken's tattooing. Ken is tattooed forever. He's not that much older than me,
Yeah.
but whenever he tells stories, he seems like he's 100. Just like a lot of his stories
That's
are
because
like.
he fucking is 100. He's been
He's
tattooing
not
for
that
longer
much
than
older,
I've been
man.
alive.
Also, I just want to say real quick that Mithrath won the worst tattoo on our tattoo stream that we did with Cassidy, which is pretty funny.
Oh, what?
Mithrath won the worst tattoo. He had the worst tattoo.
What did he win?
I think he had like some
Oh,
weird
yeah, that we
demon
did the
tattoo.
worst
Yeah,
tattoo
yeah,
stream. I
yeah.
remember that.
Yeah.
Wild times.
So, I mean, I don't know. Ken tattooed when he was a teenager in Los Angeles in the 80s.
And
like
he's
during,
been
like, the
tattooing
hair metal
since
scene.
then.
So, like, he's got some stories. He was also the tattoo artist on the Man. You guys remember the Man Show?
Do you remember the Man Show?
Yeah, with Jimmy Kimmel and the other guy.
And the other guy?
I hate that I do that because I actually think the other guy's funnier. Although obviously Jimmy Kimmel is much more recognizable. But he was tattoo guy. He was tattoo guy Ken. He was on the Man Show. Anyway, I was just saying, Ken's been around. He's been around, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Just like David.
Nice callback there.
Just like David. David's been around.
Dude.
So, I want you guys to know that the very first ever Brapstar hats exist now. Yeah, we never had a hat before. Never had clothing for your head, only clothing for your chesticles.
Adorn your dome.
Chesticles.
Yeah, we have Brapstar hats now, courtesy of Sugar Tree Jason.
Yeah.
He actually, him and the guys who grow the marijuana.
Yeah.
They made them.
The hats, the Brapstar hats that we have that we are giving
Thank
away
you, Tony.
on the
Thank you,
live stream
Doug.
tonight were handmade by the farmers over at Sugar Tree Farm. These are the guys that are growing the Brapstar cannabis product. And they sewed on the label
Yeah,
themselves.
these are actually our business partners. Like, these are the guys who are doing it, and they sewed this on. So also, I want to say that Dry Heat Doug, I appreciate the hell out of you, man. Also, Tony Hey Munkets, he just gifted 5 memberships, so I will share, after the stream is done, I'll share the Discord link. But Tony, you're not in the Discord, so you need to follow it. You need to come in the Discord too, bud, because you are constantly gifting memberships, but you're not actually in the Discord. So yes, we're giving away some hats. There's a lot of new wizards out there.
So I think that's pretty cool because we've wanted to do hats for a really long time. And we keep just not doing it. And I feel like the worst thing to do is to not do something just because you're like, oh, I want it to be perfect. I'll do it once it's perfect and I know everything.
Damn, you must be upset a lot.
I am. So now it's just happened, courtesy of Sugar Tree J. He might be in the chat right now. He might not.
We can call him. Yeah, he might. I'll call him. We'll put him on speaker. I don't care.
It is. What time is it there though? It's
It's fine,
5:52.
dude. He's fine.
He's a family man.
If he doesn't answer, it's fine.
Might be at his kid's soccer game.
He might not answer.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah, he's busy.
He is a family man.
Okay, I'm gonna call him.
All right. I'll let him go. He might think you want a bike. So I can't call anybody I know during the live stream. Wait.
No, that's,
Oh, that's David's.
No, the VMAX has not been given away yet. You still have
not
time.
yet.
We're going to be giving away the VMAX soon. But first, we have some other stuff to give away before we give away the VMAX.
9mm, yeah. We're gonna put some on the website afterwards.
Yeah, these will be for sale on brapstar.com. But if you give away, we are giving some away if you donate to the raffle.
So first one, let's say, first person to donate. What will we say? I mean, the last.
How much
So
are
I
we
just want to
listing
say
the
the
hat
last
for?
person who donated $100 was Don Jenkins. Because I want to go like, oh, next person, because he donated $100. He's the last person to donate $100. He should get. Don Jenkins should get a hat. Is Don Jenkins you watching right now? Don Jenkins, are you watching right now? We're sending you a hat. He might not know. All right, so pick up the next person to donate $100 is going to get a hat. Next person, whoever it is. It could be anybody. Anybody's got one, man.
As far as heavy Baja,
Can you write down Don Jenkins?
Yeah.
I don't want to lose his stuff.
Yeah. As far as the Baja heavy hitters go, it will be at least 4 to 5 more months until we have those in stock. They are being made right now, and it's a 6 months process to have the Baja heavy hitters.
It takes a while, man. Yeah.
So we're about a month or two into that process, so we will have them in stock by spring.
So I just want to say this: the next person who donates $100, we'll send you a hat. We'll
Don-
throw some stickers in there
It
too.
was Don John?
Don Jenkins.
Oh, Don Jenkins.
Yeah, we'll throw some stickers in there. We'll if you donate $100, can you have Bilbo, please? I'll give you $100 to take them.
No, you can't have Bilbo for $100.
We got 2 more. It's a Brian Blaze 68 Blazer with 100. 5 tickets. 5 tickets for $100. So it's not just a hat. You also get 5 tickets. Sorry, David.
Oh, I was just about to say Jason Garling.
And Jason Garling. So how many hats do we have left?
Jason Gar what?
Garling. Garling.
Gar.
Sorry that I just spelled your last name.
It's okay. I forgive you for him.
So how many do we have any hats left, or is that all of them?
That was 4 hats or 3 hats. We have one more hat.
I think that was 4 hats.
We have
Oh, wait, we have
Don
one more hat.
Jenkins. We have Brian
We have one more
Blazer, and
hat.
we have Jason Garling. So we have one more hat to give away.
We have one more hat.
I'm not selling you
Limited
Bilbo.
edition.
I'll literally fight you, Kylie. Put your fucking fists up.
She'll be like, "Oi, put him up, governor. I'll fight you for your beans." That's what she sounds like.
I'm gonna be like, take
Hey,
them.
careful! I
Stop
noticed
fucking
someone
talking.
commented a while ago saying they're enjoying your videos from the UK. You've got people watching you.
I know, and I hate that they have to sound like that every day. That's awful for them.
You sound like that.
Can you imagine just trying to tell your wife you love her, and you're just like, "I love you, sweetie."
I love you.
I know.
Oh,
Oh
you're
my
so
God,
good at
man.
that. It's disgusting.
Oh, we got a couple of winners. Mytharath won a bike. We have winners in the chat. So Mytharath won a bike, and then we just Lost on the Road 21 just jumped in.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
also a
Lost on the
motorcycle winner
Road.
as well.
Yeah, Lost on the Road won our first ever Brapstar giveaway motorcycle, the Road King Kong.
Hey, Josh, the last one, give it to Doug Bingham. He's bought 25 tickets tonight.
Doug Bingham. All right, last one's up, man. Damn. Yeah, I know. Doug's bought a lot. And he
All
also-
right, that is 4 Brapstar hats that we have given away. And just a reminder that these hats will be available on brapstar.com. Is these 2 different ones? Yeah, we have the Whiskey Throttle and the Pondering the Orb design. And we have those in a couple different colors that we will have later tonight, probably tomorrow morning.
I will say this just to give everyone who's watching from jolly old England for a chance to make fun of me too. Like, I know that I also sound ridiculous. So if you're on Instagram and you make a video imitating me, I will share it. I promise.
Oh my God. If you
I will share it.
if you
If you're from
make-
jolly old England.
or just anywhere. If you want to send in your best shade tree surgeon impersonation videos to shaylacey at brapstar.com, I will absolutely watch and share them. Oh my God. So
I'll give you a chance. You're allowed to make fun of me too.
my next live stream theme, if like we do a live stream this Sunday or next Sunday,
Full Metal Moto, the Ducati
I want it
winners
to
here.
be like we watch impersonation videos. So please start making your videos now.
I'll watch it. I don't care. I've got no
that'll
shame
be
in
so
my
good.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but have him doing a British accent too.
Josh's impression of a British accent.
Yeah,
If you're
best
from America.
impression
Of Josh.
his impression.
Yeah, only if you're from America, though. If you're from America, do my impression of a British accent. If you're from jolly old England, that what they
You.
sound like.
No,
oh.
that's you.
Oh, I thought you were just doing an impression.
No, that's a shade tree surgeon impression.
I was confused.
Okay,
I
yes.
was good. I thought. Of a
God, yes, I would love that. So our next live stream theme, I've just decided, is going to be watching everyone's shade tree surgeon impression videos. So please send those in to shaylacey at brapstar.com. Oh, that'll just make my Christmas. I've been so sad lately, and this will just cheer me right up.
You know what would cheer me up
Oh,
even
what?
more than that? If y'all bought just one more ticket.
One more raffle ticket. We are going to close it out pretty soon. We have a little more things to give away before we give away like the motorcycle. Because we are giving away VMAX tonight, and then of course we'll be giving away another motorcycle in 2 weeks from now. And then 2 weeks after that, we're going to be giving away $250,000. So the raffle's coming up to a close pretty soon. We've got about 5 weeks left until the raffle is completely over. So here's that raffle link one more time. I've also got, now that we have those 4 hats gone, move those.
I don't know why I just thought of this, but you know what the name Gwendolyn sounds like?
What?
That sounds like this is actually
Sounds
a
like
compliment.
a mistake.
No, it sounds like the sound that a harp makes if you drag your fingers all the way from the lowest note to the highest note. Is what it sounds like Gwendolyn. Imagine the sound that a harp makes if you slowly
Ooh.
drag your fingers over it. You're welcome. That one's
That's
for
the
free.
nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Next one will cost you. Occupy number 1. Y'all are welcome to fight for it if you want. You'll never win. Okay.
Is there
Let's give
4
some more
weeks
stuff
till
away.
Christmas? Okay, I lied. There's 4 weeks till the
Yeah.
I
raffle.
already
Yes.
gave
Wow.
Gwendolyn her Christmas
Ouch.
gift. So we've had 2 people since Jason donate $100. We should just give them some stuff.
Okay.
I don't want. We could say it, but it's like they did do it. So it's James and Michael Emick. else
James
do we
and
have?
Michael, I have shirts, so they need to tell me their sizes.
Are you guys in the chat? James is just James. There's no last name.
James.
Jimmy Dean.
Jimmy James.
Jimmy James.
Little Jimmy James.
James. That's my middle name. It's actually got a hyphen. It's James Michael.
I love Dragon. He goes, if I win the VMAX, I can ride to work and ride a VMAX. You sure
Dragon Mail is one of my favorite people here now, just because he said that. I love that. Sick. Oh, the FXR winners here too. We got tons of winners in. Do
Yeah,
people
Sick
win?
Bastard won the FXR.
Here's the thing. So it's like the VMAX, and I'm not trying to downplay the VMAX. It's an amazing motorcycle, but I think because I like it so much, I kind of overestimated how excited people would be about it. And people are excited.
He was excited.
But this has been the least amount of tickets we've ever sold for a motorcycle. It's okay. That's fine. I'm not. It doesn't mean the VMAX is undesirable. I wanted to keep it.
Oh, yeah.
So it's fine. It's a very desirable motorcycle. But I'm telling you, you have a better chance. The winning the VMAX right now is like 1 in 100 or something like that.
Are you fucking serious?
It's really low. Yeah, it was like
Check
when
what it's at.
I have to add it up. But
Okay.
when I first did my whole like Lord of the Rings thing on it, I don't know if you saw that, David.
Yeah,
I had a lot of fun. I took all day to make that, by the way.
Yeah,
Anyone's
you
wondering.
used AI to make it, right?
Well, to make the pictures.
Well, I know you wrote it by yourself,
Yeah.
but you used AI to make
make the pictures,
generate
yeah,
all the
yeah.
photos. That's so fucking hilarious.
So, when I shared that, it was 1 in 25.
That's ridiculous.
So yeah.
So
dude.
yeah, the chances of you guys winning is pretty good.
Also, like if you win and you want to pick either the Dung Beetle or the Sportster Ironhead, or like it, just ask for something. Maybe we'll give it
If
to
you don't
I
want
know.
the VMAX and you want something else,
Like,
we've got a couple other motorcycles to give away. If you're like, hey, I actually don't want to ride a motorcycle that can only go fast in a straight line.
Yeah, if you want something else, or if you just want money, too, like we'll figure something out. Like it's fine. Like the person who won the shovel head, I'm flying down here soon, because instead of the shovel head, they took a cash payout for the shovel head. That was fair, but they also stipulated that she only rides dirt bikes.
Mm-hmm.
And so she goes, okay, I'm going to take this cash payment for the shovel head, which was beyond fair. It was a very good cash payout for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like on our end, I mean. But also you have to fly me down there so I can ride Shay's KX100 at Croom. That was the deal.
Is it?
Yeah, I got to text her soon because she was like, when
Oh,
should I do
wow.
it? I was like, wait till winter.
Yeah, for real. No, that's definitely awesome.
Because she's from Washington
Okay.
or Oregon, so it's like they don't know how to deal
So-
with the heat down here.
Just an important comment that got said and that I want to acknowledge, because somebody said, I don't understand, like, why are you saying it's a 100 chance? But I personally have bought 5 tickets, and I know other people have too, and that's because we're not going by tickets, we're going by people. So although
Right.
people have more than 100 tickets have been purchased for the VMAX, only 100 people have entered to win the VMAX.
Right, but if you bought 5 tickets, you do get 5 chances.
Yeah.
So if I were to break this down by yes, it's less than 1 in 100. I was trying to make it sound better.
Yeah, come on.
It's like, God, way to bust me out.
Yeah. But like when someone starts asking specific things like that, I
you should
definitely want to be
explain
like,
it,
hey,
yeah.
let me explain this to you. Like, it's actually like,
Yeah, no, it's more than that.
It's more.
But I was trying to make it sound better, and I got busted.
ooh, donkey busted.
Is a trail 125 on
No.
the table? No.
No, I'm not going to raffle a
For enough.
motorcycle. I'm still making payments on. I guess I could, but I personally love my motorcycle, so I would rather just raffle off a different trail 125.
Yeah. I'm just saying that if you wanted the Dung Beetle or I don't know, whatever, just take a pick. The worst I can say is no.
It's not too late to get tickets for the
Yeah,
raffle.
You can
I mean,
ask for anything.
So again,
This ain't fucking like legalese. Like you have to take this vehicle. You'd be like, I want this. I might be like, all right, take it. Because I like the VMAX. I want to keep it.
the tickets also go towards $250,000 that we're going to be calling December 24th, which is in 37 days. So the link will bring you to the Dream Home raffle, and that will enter you into the VMAX, which we will be calling shortly.
Yes, you can also pick the PC 800.
Yeah, you can pick the PC 800. That's
You
up
can
for raffle.
try for anything.
Yeah, so the only
All
reason
you have to do is ask.
the only reason I haven't raffled the PC 800 yet is because it's not in a condition that is ready to be ridden away. And I want to make sure that whoever wins that motorcycle can ride it away. So, yes, of course you can win my PC 800. I am giving that bike away. I just I want you to know that clutch needs some fucking work. Or it's not the clutch that needs work, it's the
Justin Haskell asked if there's any cop bikes around. Yes, there's also still a BMW R1100 RT, former police bike that you could ask for.
But the Kawasaki, has it been taken?
Yeah, the Kawasaki, you got one. That was
Okay.
our man. That was a Ferret Garmer.
Oh, okay.
Garrett Farmer.
Yeah, Garrett
You
Farmer.
said Barrett Garmer.
Or no, who was it? It was him that won it, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was Garrett Farmer.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to figure that. We got to send him a text. Garrett, I love you.
Garrett,
So-
I love you.
The Les Camino, nah, that's gone. We traded that in to get the truck. We had to get a real vehicle. Bummer. That'd be adults. I still regret it. You could ask for anything. Anything you've ever seen on the channel, you can ask for it. I might say no. Like if you ask for a certain thing, I may be like, fuck you, dude. Like, fuck you.
Yeah,
man. I'm
but
not
closed
giving that
mouths don't
away.
get fed, so
Yeah, but
ask.
you can ask. You can ask if you win. And I'll consider it. But if you ask for something that I like, if you ask for like my Yamaha chopper, I'm like, no, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
You fuck suck my dick. No way.
Okay, so I have these 2 shirts here I wanted to give away because they're in the closet and I want to not have them in the closet anymore, and they're also cool shirts.
Coolshirts.com.
But they have to be a specific size.
We'll just say what size they are.
Okay.
Say the next person donate.
So the next
You can lower. You can say 50, whatever you want, whatever you think is right.
these are I got a 2XL, which I know you motherfuckers are 2XLs because you guys, they're both 2XLs. The Dirty Shame shirts. Oh wait, the camera's on Josh. My bad. This is the one Josh was wearing in all of his fucking videos forever. They're work shirts and they're really nice, but you have to be a size 2X because that's all I fucking got. So the next person who's a size 2X who donates, that's yours. But you have to like tell me what your size is. I can't guess. Thank you for telling us we make Florida great. We would like to keep it shady instead of great. Worse. I want to make Florida worse. You can be 5'4" and be a 2XL. We don't body shame here. No, the red Goldwing is not an option. Guys, stop trying to pick my motorcycles that I have not put up for raffle. These are motorcycles I'm still making payments on. Like, I bought that bike a month ago. Give me a break. All right, so we've got some 2X's in the chat. Randy, did you donate? You were the first person to say it. The second person to say it was Russia the Killer. Oh my gosh. I'm going to need your guys' government names. Because you guys were the first to claim those shirts, but I need confirmations that you donated in the raffle creator. But Josh walked away, so after that, we will be... I'm not giving you away my gamer chair. What will I sit on? I can't be Ernest Hemingway and just stand. This is where the magic happens. This is not only where I live stream, it's also where we edit. All right, Randy, I will send you the shirt. Let me write your name here. I've actually been really good about sending away the giveaway items. One year, Josh and I took one whole year, 365 days to send away our giveaway items on our live stream. It was pretty bad. The worst part about this was we weren't giving away good shit. Yeah, we weren't giving away cool things like hats and shirts. We gave away a stomped on jawbreaker that was licked by all of the girls on the channel.
That was a fun day.
I would pay money for that.
We also gave away about 4 inches of Josh's beard that we cut off.
What do you mean? These are great things to get in the mail.
These were
We
things
sent them in the mail.
we
People
sent them
got
in the mail, but 1 year after the live stream
if
happened.
I waited a year, I would be upset. Because who doesn't want 4
But, like,
inches of
here's the
Josh's
thing.
beard
Here's the
coming
thing.
into their mailbox?
Is like I sent out those like pieces of jawbreaker, the pieces of Josh's beard to people. They never said anything to me. They never like
They're
emailed
I
me
didn't
or
think
like
you were for real about
like
this.
they like because I sent it a year later. Now I'm so good. I like send shit like
right away.
days after. Like I'll probably send this shit out tomorrow.
probably,
Or
like,
tomorrow's
forgot.
Saturday, so I'll probably
Yeah,
send this shit
Monday.
out on Monday.
Yeah.
But we sent that beard
To get a
hair.
beard a year later.
a
that's
year later, and
insane.
I'm like, I don't remember who I sent that to, but whoever I sent that beard to and that licked jawbreaker, I'm fucking sorry.
Zeus is here.
I'm fucking sorry.
Zeus is the guy who had the 2 French bulldogs and the teal and white Dyna.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, Zeus is the man. I like him a lot. We bonded. He's the one who gave me the stool.
Oh dude, that you have no idea how
Stool's
much we
dope.
needed that.
Yeah.
Our stool in our garage is so fucking broken. Everyone busts their ass on it, and it's hilarious.
Tony, send Tony a shirt.
Okay, I think I might have another one in the
Yeah.
closet.
Tony is always fucking showing up, man. Send Tony a shirt. Tony Hamunkets, we got you, dude. What's your size? He's donated probably over the years, probably well over $1,000, and he's always buying people freaking memberships. Tony, we'll make you a care package, man.
I'm trying to.
I know, dude.
find-
Tony, just it doesn't matter. Send Shay an email.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't care.
You're the man, Tony. We love you.
I'm trying to find.
Yeah, we haven't done an unboxing video in a while because we stopped doing them and people stopped sending stuff, which is fine. It also, like, what you got to understand, and I think we will do them in the future again as well, but it builds up, and it's not that we don't want to do it. It's that I and Shay we start to feel bad about the value level of things that people start to send, because sometimes they send stuff that's like nice and really expensive, which you're like, oh, dope, we should like that, which we do. But it's also, I'm like, I don't want to encourage, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? I don't want to encourage people to send like super nice stuff just because it might be in a video.
Yeah,
Because people overextend themselves.
Yeah, it's like the important thing for the camp out being free is like we're trying not to gatekeep things into like where you have to spend money. Like, we don't want to make it so you have to spend money to interact with us. That'd be fucking lame.
Scotzo Plays. You know what we have to do now? I just said because Tony's in the 1,000. Scotzo Plays is in the $1,000 club as well. We'll figure out something. David, are you okay with me? We got to figure out something to send to anybody who's donated over $1,000. I think.
Absolutely.
Over the years, like if you just grab your emails. I hate to just say this right now because this is like all over the place, and Shay is gonna hate me for this.
Yeah, I fucking do, because I'm gonna be the one going through and counting who donated more than
Send them
$1,000.
to David Tyler. No, we're not gonna. You gotta count it. You gotta send us your receipts. I'm not gonna do it. I don't count. Look at me, dude. I don't count. I flex. I have Riz. I don't count, dude. Don't be counting.
They can send it to me, and then I'll tally it, and then I'll give the tallies to Shay.
Yeah.
Russia the Kilo. Please, if you don't want to say your government name here, please email me your government name at shaylecia@brapstar.com so I can send you your shirt. Randy, I have a shirt for you, and Tony Haymusket, I absolutely have a shirt for you.
Dude, Shelby Daytona taught me one of the most. He just brought that up. One of the moves that I've used more than anything else, I think, out of everything that either Shelby or Joe the Mountain Jedi has ever taught me, and that's how to fix a stripped Allen with the Torx. I use that all the time, and more than anything else. And he does deserve credit for that.
What? Wait, what?
When you strip out an Allen, which I've done plenty of times, most notably with when I'm rebuilding forks, because sometimes they have Allens that hold in the dampening rods, and sometimes they just fucking strip out. You can't do nothing about it. And so you just take a Torx that's about the right size and a hammer, and you just smash it in there as hard as you fucking can, which seems like you're breaking it, but then it works. And Shelby's the first person that showed me how to do that. And I will tell you, if you've ever seen me swing a hammer at something on a motorcycle, you have seen a child swing a hammer. You've seen a little fairy child with little pointed ears and flowers in their hair swing a hammer. When I see Shelby swing a hammer, that is the difference between, I know I'm waxing poetic about this, that's the difference between somebody who thinks they can work on bikes and somebody who knows they can work on motorcycles, is watching somebody swing a hammer at a machine with thousands of moving parts that are engineered to death, that are fasteners all over it, and watching them swing a 10-ounce ball peen hammer at it with the amount of what looks like carelessness, but is just confidence and force that somebody does it when Shelby does it. It's so impressive. I know you've seen it too. You ever see when Shelby hits something with a hammer, you're like, whoa, chill.
Yeah.
I'm like, chill, what the fuck? He's like,
So-
nah, it's fine.
No, it's funny because actually, Shelby pretty much, besides you, taught me everything I know about motorcycles, and he's very patient with me. Oh my God, is Shelby so fucking patient with me?
Well,
But
Shelby's patient right up until he isn't.
Exactly. And
Love
the
you.
only time I've seen Shelby be impatient with me was when I was hitting something with a hammer. And it was like, I kept hitting it, and he was like, Jesus fucking Christ. And he's just like, bonk.
Dude, he
and I was
swings
like,
from the shoulder with it.
And I was like, what the fuck, dude?
That's the difference between swinging from the shoulder and the elbow. You swing from the elbow, he swings from the hip even with a hammer. I'm just like, God damn, dude, chill. That looks dangerous. Anyway,
Shelby's best advice is always the simplest stuff. You know, when your bike won't start, you think, oh, is it the starter, the alternator, the
No,
battery?
it's turn it off and turn it back on again.
Yeah, or
Unplug it and plug it back
check
in.
the connection and see if you got a good connection to the battery. Little things like that are brilliant, but so simple.
if Shelby hit you with a hammer, you would be dead. Because he swings from the fucking hip, dude. I've never seen anybody. It's like somebody swinging for it's like Babe Ruth swinging for the fences. And he hits it on a 2-inch square every time, dude. You should play baseball. Anyway, where were we?
We're giving away a motorcycle very soon.
Yeah.
So
Also, anybody who can, if you got your receipts, if you've donated over with any amount of time, if you donate over $1,000, contact. Who do we tell them to?
me.
No, I mean,
Shaylee
we don't have to.
Rapstar.com.
I don't know if we should make a separate email for it or something.
No, it's fine.
Call 'em
ShayleeCiaBrapstar.com.
Like
Shaylee.
Gold Club,
ShayleeCiaBrapstar.com.
Champagne Room. We'll call
Yeah.
them Champagne Room members.
Go ahead and just email me at ShayleeCiaBrapstar.com so you can be a Champagne Room member.
We'll call Brapstar at champagneroom.com.
Jesus Christ. Let me use the restroom and let's give away this fucking VMAX.
Guys should have champagne flutes made.
We got to give him something.
We
though.
have
That
a
is
beer.
big deal.
We have Forgotten Angel beer cups, Steins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is a big deal. I think we should get them like some porcelain ones made, like the ones with the tops, like in Germany. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think we get him something from the I Ride for the Forgotten.
Yeah. So everyone keeps talking about like when is there going to be Forgotten Angels apparel, merchandise. I hesitate to use the word merchandise because it's not like merchandise as like I can't wait to wear this out and have everyone see me and look how cool I am. It's more like this is a way you represent Forgotten Angels. This is a way that, and I think that this is something that David came up with, which I thought was so good because not everybody wants to. We talked about this. Not everybody wants to wear Forgotten Angels on their cut or wear Forgotten Angels as a keychain or something like that, and which I understand. But I ride for the Forgotten. God, I know it's just a difference in words. I love it. I think it's so good, man. The I ride for the Forgotten. I think it's so good. And there's going to be plenty of stuff available like that eventually. And I think that, I don't know where you guys want to see it, but I think that especially challenge coins, patches, especially for the camp out, because that's a big thing to have patches for a camp out. Although we got to start now if we're going to do a patch for the coming up camp out. Let me tell you how easy it is to lose track of when you're supposed to get a patch or a shirt or design for a camp out. There's been 6 camp outs. And I've made a t-shirt for 4 of them. So it goes camp out. I think the first one's like just says camp out. Then the second one is 3. And then there's a 5 and a 6. I mean, they're not in order at all. Like there's only 4 designs. So we got to start actually now. Well, I think we guys come with some of the designs. What would you guys rather see? Pins, patches, obviously stickers. I think we'll just make stickers and just give them away at the camp out. But I think a lot of people like patches, especially like the square patches. I see a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
On their vests. What do you have? Don't appreciate my effort. I do nothing. I say this all the time, dude. I do nothing that I do exactly. If you've told one person about Forgotten Angels, if you've spoken about it with passion to one single person, you've done exactly the same amount of work as I have. I speak about it, certainly I speak about it to a larger audience. So I'm not going to try to downplay that or deny it or say like, oh, little old me. No, that's not the case. Obviously, I know that I speak from a taller platform and I speak with a louder voice than most people who speak about it do. But I expend the same amount of effort to speak about it that you do if you tell one single person about it. So if you've told one single person about Forgotten Angels and you've spread the message and you've told somebody about it and convinced them to do something to change the world outside of their just what they exist in, then you have done the exact same amount of work that I have, and you should be incredibly proud of yourself. You shouldn't look at me as some like, I wish I could do as much as he have. You have. You have done it. You have done what I do, and I will stand by that, and I won't hear anything different. That's not a humble brag. That's not me fishing for compliments. I want, if you have done that, if you told one person about it, then you should feel very good about that, because that's what I've done. That's all I've done, and speak about it. And if you have a YouTube channel, because a lot of people have made videos about it, Rolling with T-Bone comes to mind. Rolling with T-Bone actually, Rolling with T-Bone makes a video about every single raffle bike. Every single one. He's made a video about. You know, Matt, 9 Mils on 2 Wheels, who's in the chat right now, makes videos all the time. I could probably look through this. I'm going to be bad, so I'm going to forget somebody, and they're going to be pissed now that I started naming people. But I could roll through this and just like start naming, Flipping the Blue Mule. Dry Heat Doug. I could start naming people who've made like videos about this, you know. So, and I don't want to do it because people will get mad if I forgot it. But if you've just told one person, you've done as much as I have. Absolutely. And I will not hear anything different, because that is the absolute truth.
That's a lie.
Well, if you tell somebody about it and you expend your effort to educate somebody else about what the issues in this world are and how they can make a difference, 'cause it's really about how they can make a difference. That's huge. You should feel good about it. That's not just telling someone. That's going, hey, you could donate $1. We're giving you the tools to educate people on how they can make a difference. It's up to you and how you do it. So the garage is coming along. We'll get there. Talk to me in what's the next year? 2025?
Yeah, 2024.
In the year 2525, if man is still alive. Remember that song, David? He's the only one. I fucking love that song. It's not old, too. It's older than David. That's when people are like, oh, you remember this old shit. That's from like the 60s. David wasn't alive in the 60s.
I was born in 66.
Not all of the 60s. You don't remember no songs on the radio from the 60s? First thing David remembers is Donna Summers. Talk about Ring My Bell. You don't remember no freaking 1960s stuff.
Yeah. So I've decided that I'm going to put up a motorcycle. If somebody doesn't want the VMAX, I'm going to put up the Triumph American.
Well, that's another one to pick.
Yeah.
It's a Triumph America, very low miles, donated by another Doug, not Dry Heat Doug, but another Doug who's an amazing contributor to Forgotten Angels. That has like super low miles on it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Here, Shay. You put it up into the camera.
This is a Triumph America, set up for touring. I've ridden it myself. It's completely stock, which I guess you could say is a bad thing, but I think it's a good thing, because then you can just make it what you want. It's got bags. This one doesn't have bags, but it's got bags. It's got floorboards. A lot of people don't know this about Triumphs, but that old 865 air-cooled engine, which I'm very familiar with, one of the best engines. I think that the 865 is right up there with the Harley Sportster Evo engine. You could run that engine forever. You could beat the shit out of it, dude. You could run that engine with a valve so fucking fat that you could shim them with pennies. That engine will run forever. And you can abuse it too. That's the big thing about it. It's not that it just won't run forever, that you can just beat the shit out of it. They rev to almost 10,000 RPM.
Jesus.
You ever get on that, David?
Jesus fucking
It doesn't
Christ.
have that one doesn't have a tachometer, so you wouldn't know it. But the one that I had a tach. They rev to 10,000 RPM.
Yeah.
What does the VMAX rev to?
Over 10,000, but like I'm just saying,
It was
it's
made
not-
for that.
Yeah, it's high for a twin.
Yeah.
That's very high for a twin.
Yeah. I rode my Harley, and Shelby rode the Connie, and Doug kept up with us the whole way on that Triumph to Barber 2 years ago.
Yeah, they're very cool bike. Well, people will freak out because they're
Actually, it was
turning
last
high
year.
RPMs. I've heard people talk about that before. They're like, I don't know if this is a highway bike. It's turning like 6,000 RPMs at 85. I'm like, if the bike's made for it, it's fine, dude. And I'm telling you, you can run those. You should. By the way, you want your bike to run bike right, get good gas mileage and make power. Shim your valves. Do it. If you have a Harley, you don't have to. Yeah,
Do it now.
But if you don't have a Harley Davidson, shim your valves. You'll be much happier. But if you don't like to fuck around with that shit, some bikes will run great and some bikes will run terrible with fat valves. The Triumph 865 will run just like you could have it tuned and shimmed so badly and it will still run fine. It's a very impressive engine. So that's a choice too. How fast can the VMAX go 0 to 60? Faster than you can say that sentence.
You guys have like what? What are you gonna call it?
I don't know, 15 minutes? 9:45 or 10 maybe? I got to download the harness people too. So I got to download
Are we doing the harness raffle?
Yeah,
today?
the harness is for every raffle. So it takes a little time to go through the harness people.
Okay.
And make sure that everybody's involved. So also harness. A lot of people are in harness.
I didn't realize that was for this raffle. I thought we were doing. Oh, I didn't realize it was for every raffle. I did not understand that.
Yeah, somebody had asked about Shep and how he's doing. Little update. He is not wearing the neck brace anymore, so he has a bit more range of motion. He's able to do, small things here and there, but he's 100% better than what he was the day of the accident. So he's going to make a full recovery. He's got still has broken ribs. So he wakes up in pain, falls asleep in pain, but he's a tough son of a bitch.
Yeah, he's gonna be all right. So thank you for everybody who's been asking and reaching out. Shep is a tough motherfucker. We are going to be calling the raffle really soon, and again, it's like a little over a 1 in 100 chance at this point. So that's much better than a freaking lottery ticket. David, have you heard from Barbie?
No comment.
No comment on Barbie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that might be personal or legal reasons, so sorry.
Non-personal. She's...
Yeah, well, then that's all that needs to be said.
That's it.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know, the harness is a round up system where you can round up your purchases, whatever change, and it goes to Forgotten Angels. So if you go to the store and your total is $10.56, they're gonna round up your change to $11, and your change will go to Forgotten Angels, and they'll do that over time, and you can set it to only take out a certain amount each month. So if you're like, I only want to give Forgotten Angels $20 each month, then you can set your caps. So it's a pretty good program, and that also lets you have access to an additional place in the raffle. I like that. Everything is 50-50. It happens or it doesn't. Sound like my parents giving me advice. Yeah, so that you can do it monthly, or it'll do it over time, I believe. Or you can, like, there's so many different ways to donate. And my coffee is also evaporating. David, what are you most excited about for the next Forgotten Angels camp out?
It's always the same thing. People are arriving that we haven't seen for 6 months or a year. That's always the best thing for Cindy and I. We hate Sunday morning when everybody leaves.
But you still have to leave.
Yeah.
Love you.
Love you. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Like, seriously, you can't fucking stay here. We have social workers coming on Monday, so
It is still
you
a
can't
charity.
stay here. It is a charity, so
For like 18-year-old delinquents.
Yeah, so
So if you're
I
an adult
know who
delinquent,
I wanna take me home, all that by Monday.
God, I've committed so many felonies. I've never been busted. Everything I've ever been arrested for
Only
has
at
been like
home.
the littlest things, right? Like the smallest things. I've gotten so lucky. Knock on wood. I've gotten very lucky. There are people who watch. I know I'm just as off topic. There are people. This is just the. I would say that most people who go, the vast majority of people who go to prison for a long period of time, their lives are over. Their lives are ruined, and they're never able to integrate back into society. I will say that I personally know 3 people, 2 in person and 1 only through phone conversations, who have done hard time, like 20 years plus, that have come back in and are very, very excited about helping Forgotten Angels. I don't know if that's an appropriate thing to talk about. It's just like it gives the human spirit, like, there's no giving up, man. There's no giving up. You can't sit there and go like, I don't care. Like, you can find it within yourself. This is the parable of Pandora's box. Hope is the most dangerous thing in the world. And hope might be the most dangerous thing in the world, but it's also one of the most powerful weapons in the world. And the fact that you can use hope to bring yourself up from the depths of being in prison for 30 freaking years for a mistake that you made when you were young, and you can use that and not sit there and say, I need to have my ass powdered, I need this help, and that you can bring yourself up, pull yourself up by your bootstraps and go, I'm going to help somebody who is in my position about to fall down that same path, is huge to me. I'm glad I never had to experience that. I don't know what I would have done. I don't know who I would have been, where I would have been, or anything like that. I can't say that I would have done as well as some of the people that I know that have been through that. And what got them into it isn't good. It's not like they were like, some of the people I'm talking about, it's like they did the crime. I'm not talking about people who are innocent here.
I always wonder how many crimes were committed by the people who were incarcerated that they didn't get caught for.
So many. The
It's
vast
gotta be more. It's
vast
probably gotta be
majority,
more.
way more. I'm a
So
living example.
fucking many.
Yeah, I'm a living example. Not on the level that the people I'm talking about. And if they're watching, I'm sure they know who they are. But like, to bring yourself up from that is wild to me. I don't know that I could do it. You could never know that you could do it unless you went through it. And thank the powers that be and luck that I did not have to. And you could also help somebody else not have to fucking make that choice, because that is, most people don't actually make it out of that.
Yeah, Chuck here, he actually did 27 years.
Chuck did 27 years?
Yeah, but he was an employee.
Oh. That's also tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
also tough, dude.
It's not Jamie, 35 years innocent.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I literally can't imagine. So you got a bunch of people probably met him at the camp out and didn't even know.
Yeah.
Sure, because he was hanging out pretty much the whole time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm sure a bunch of people hung out with him, talked a little bit, shared a beer, and no idea.
Yeah. But anybody who's been inside,
They'll know.
yeah, they immediately pick him up.
There's a guy, I need to call him back, good dude, who did 20 plus, like hard time. He wants to donate a Rocket 3 that I just have not had time to get
The
up there
guy
and
in
get it.
Maine?
Yeah.
I'll go.
Yeah, I know. I need to go up there and freaking, I just want to, I don't know, man. Just a good, to come back from that to me is,
Let's fucking go,
wild.
dude. Stephen King tour. Go meet this guy, get a Rocket 3. Let's go.
yeah, it's rough, man. It's rough. You should be allowed forgiveness, even for things that are very bad. There's a lot of very bad things that a lot of
Unless
people
you're my
do.
ex, fuck you.
I read this meme today. It was like nightmare blunt rotation. Me when I was 13, me when I was 16, me when I was 19, and me now.
And also all of my partners during those years.
That's a
Nightmare blunt rotation.
Yeah. I fucking have a little sympathy. All right, we got to pull this pretty soon, huh?
Yeah. Sandberger said, "Josh, you would have been a good jailhouse," and the bottom word was kind of covered, and I thought he was going to say bitch, but he said lawyer.
Oh, lawyer?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, man. That takes a lot of school.
Yeah.
I was never good with school.
I would want to be the person who comes and sings them songs like Johnny Cash.
That was one of the
I just
reasons
wanna
why
be
Johnny
Johnny
Cash
Cash.
was so cool, man. Is
Yeah.
that it's a bit of a meme to like Johnny Cash, right? It's like this weird,
Is
like,
it?
oh, well, to a certain degree, because it's like, of course you like Johnny Cash. Everybody likes Johnny Cash, but it's not about his music. His music was fine.
I didn't know.
Um,
Don't say that.
and no, I mean,
He's
I'm
got
like,
a literal Johnny Cash tattoo.
yeah, his music was fine. It was good. You know, it's
There
like
are
it's
people that genuinely listen to Johnny Cash and
Sure.
enjoy it.
but I would say that who he was as a person during the time that he did it was insane. During a time like the 60s and 70s, for him going and performing at prisons and just sticking up for not just the common man, not the working man, not even that, because there are people sticking up for the working, but standing up for people who were so downtrodden by society, I think was huge. And what more noble could you do with your fame and your influence than that?
Especially at that time. Yeah.
Especially at that time. You know, that
It's
was very
different,
looked
yeah.
down upon, especially in the country music scene. So, you know, it's I do like Johnny Cash's music. Of course I do. It's hard to not like. You know, he sings great songs. But what he did as a person and who he chose to support with his influence spoke to a depth of character that I have to assume was vast. I think personally.
It was 50 years ago this year that he sang at Folsom Prison. You ever been there, Josh?
Today? Yeah, you're with you. Oh, wait, you probably knew that when you said that.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, David, we were there together, you idiot.
If you guys were considering getting a ticket for the VMAX, now is your chance. Because we're closing this shit.
Snoop Dogg has done that a lot.
We're closing that
Yeah,
shit.
yes.
I think that Snoop Dogg has done an incredible amount for the downtrodden, man. He deserves as much respect as Johnny Cash gets in that regard for doing amazing things with his influence. And many other people. It's not just Johnny Cash. There's a lot of people who have done amazing things with their influence. And it's Snoop Dogg among them. Steve
Did
Earle.
you guys hear about him quitting smoking weed?
Yep. Yeah,
That's-
stop smoking weed.
Fake news.
You didn't.
No way.
Fake
No,
news.
he's posted about it multiple
it's
times on his Instagram.
legitimately, he like stopped smoking weed and made
Yeah.
a public announcement about it.
And if anybody follows Snoop Dogg on Instagram, you
How
know
many-
that's
how many
his
people
Instagram.
That is
promise-
his
How many
Instagram.
people promised they would change something about themselves when Snoop Dogg quit smoking weed? Like,
Yeah, I'll do that when hell freezes
yeah,
over, right?
exactly, exactly.
It's time to pay up, dude.
Keep it up.
It's time to pay up.
His statement kind of made it seem like he's doing it for
Yeah.
his family, and like it seemed kind of
For
serious.
personal reasons,
Yeah.
Well, Snoop Dogg's always
yeah.
been at all this, everything else aside, man. He's
Yeah.
always he's been married for many years. He has children and grandchildren. Like he's a
He's
family
the grandpa.
man. Yeah, he's a grandpa.
Grandpa Snoop. Or is it Grandpa Dog?
I say by next week he buys a Cadillac with tinted windows, man.
Didn't he have like a full-time blunt roller, or is that just?
Yeah, he did. No, he definitely had a full-time blunt roller.
I don't think he's gonna
live
let.
right now.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna be out of work with a guy like that. I think that he takes care of his people.
Yeah, absolutely.
I heard that. So there was a guy that I used to make videos with I met through Suburban Delinquent. And his name on YouTube, it doesn't matter now, was Rural Disturbance. But what he did for a living was make beats. And I told you about this guy, right?
No, I was just thinking about, I wonder where Officer Boyce is.
His whole job, and Valde, I've met him in person, I've hung out with him. His entire job was working for Eminem. making beats.
Oh yeah, I know that guy.
That was his whole job. That's what he did for a living. Was he showed up every day at Eminem's house to help him make songs. And he just the same thing, man. Great dude. The first thing I asked him, I was like, "Well, yo, what's Dr. Dre like?" So I really want to know. And he goes like, he'll give anybody a chance. He goes like, he's the kind of dude that if you show up, if you manage,
Yo, I want mine.
yeah, if you manage to get in front, if you're like the kind of motherfucker that like gets in front of him and you like do a jumping run with your mixtape, like, you know what I mean?
It's gonna be me.
He's gonna be like, "Yep, I'll listen to it." He goes, he'll listen to anybody's mixtape. He'll give
Fuck
anybody
yeah.
a chance. I was like, damn, dude. And Dr. Dre, also another black millionaire or billionaire, sorry.
know. Motherfuckers actually like want to act like they forgot about Dre.
And that motherfucker will still give somebody a chance. Be like, yo, if you manage to get your shit in front of him, he'll be like, all right, I'll listen to it. That's fucking huge.
Dude. If it was up to me, all motherfuckers would stop coming up to me like you want something free. But when my last CD was out, you weren't bumping me. Now that I got this little company, y'all want something free? Like I got some disease or something? But you won't get a come from me because I'm from the streets of Compton.
Moving like a tortoise full of rigor mortis.
Told them all them gangsters, who do you think helped mold them all? Now you want to run around talking about guns like I ain't got none. What do you think, I sold them all because I stay well off? Now I get it, hate mail all day saying Dre fell off? What, because I've been in the lab with a pen and the pad trying to get this damn label off? I ain't having that. This is the millennium of aftermath. You ain't going to get nothing to that, so give me one more platinum fuck rap, you can have it back. So where the mall mad rap is at? It's like a jungle in this habitat. But all you savage cats knew that I was strapped with gas where you were cuddling with a Cabbage Patch.
All right, let's get $25 for Shay's fucking Shay's chronic rap.
Nowadays, everybody want to talk like you got something to say, but nothing comes out when you move your lips. It's a bunch of gibberish. Motherfuckers act like you forgot about Dre.
Hey, man, it takes some skill. We've personally never forgot about Dre here. And
I've never forgotten about Dre.
If you've never forgotten about Dre, please donate $25 for Forgotten Angels.
Yeah, because we're going to pull this winner as soon as you remember Dre.
Yeah, remember him. Remember him real good. Someone is going to win the VMAX, which is wild because the VMAX is a very wild motorcycle. It's a insane. The video I did on the VMAX did not do well.
No, mine neither.
Yeah. But that's okay. I'm so proud of it. I don't care.
Yeah.
But the VMAX was an insane bike. And David, I don't even know if you know this. It was, I have to say it now because not everybody saw it. It was a bike that was given to a very young Japanese designer named Akira, which is very fitting if you've ever seen the anime Akira, he rides motorcycles with his friends that are very fast. Anyway, this designer Akira, who took like a very Hunter S. Thompson, like Gonzo approach to building this motorcycle, his mission that was given to him in the early 1980s was make a motorcycle specifically for America. And so he immersed himself in the American street racing scene in the early 1980s. So he said he's very famous for saying that his first inspiration that he got for the VMAX was watching two 1970s American muscle car hot rods drag race across a bridge from Louisiana to Mississippi, across the Mississippi River. And just immersed himself in the American hot rod scene. So you imagine what it's like in the early 1980s in America for like a Japanese dude to just be like, yeah, I'm just going to figure out what Americans like. And so the VMAX is so special for this reason.
That motherfucker was eating so unhealthy. Like, straight up.
It's so special because he gave Americans exactly what they want in such a way that understands what Americans want. That's almost uncanny, I think, because the way that we as Americans like our cars and motorcycles to make power is the same way that we enjoy our freedom. And so you have to look at how we enjoy our freedom and how we brag about it, how we boast about it. Freedom isn't free. You know, you have to deal with all these horrible things and all these bad things in order to experience the pinnacle of freedom that can only be experienced in America. Right? That's kind of like the American thing. That's a pride thing. Like, I deal with all this bullshit in order to have the pinnacle that you couldn't possibly understand with all these things that you won't deal with in order to experience the best. And that is the VMAX. That's the VMAX to a T. That is like this ultimate straight line power, this ultimate insane power that works like a light switch, power that's hard to control and comes at the expense of all these other things, at the expense of handling, at the expense of comfort, at the expense of not reliability, they're very reliable, but like at the expense of all these other things in order to get this power. And to me, that is just such an amazing avatar for American freedom as viewed from an outside person, from somebody who didn't grow up here, for someone to look at America and go like, okay, what makes America America? And how do I condense that into a machine? And that machine is the VMAX. I think that is just like an absolute love song. It's a love song written to America by somebody who's not from here. I find it incredibly moving. I wrote a haiku about it. I can't remember it, but I did.
I know. I wish you wouldn't have. Because your video would have been really good if you had ended it right before you said the haiku, and I told you not to put the haiku in the video because it would have been so much more powerful if you just would have ended it with that line.
I love poetry.
I know. You just have to have the last word. You know?
So many last words after
You have
that.
so many fucking, like, seriously, it's time to call the winner, though. Yeah.
I said 10. We got 10 more minutes.
No, you said that, you said 10 more minutes.
At 10?
No, you said 10 more minutes.
After 10?
So it's been 20 minutes since that 10 minutes. We have a lot of friggin' people who work in jails in the chat. Like, I feel like there's two types of people who follow this channel. And it's people who have been to jail because they work there, and people who have been to jail because they do not work there. Yeah, I think you have to do harness from your computer and not from your PC. No, I can see your comment, Steven. But the comments go really fast on my screen because I have everything enlarged really big, so I did not see your comment. You would have to say it again. I'm not ignoring you, I promise. What's the next bike? We'll announce it after this bike. So you just have to wait like 10 minutes. Or after Josh's haiku.
They want to hear my haiku?
No, they want to know what the next bike is.
Oh, well, fucking let me... does anyone want to hear my haiku? It's okay if you don't. But if anyone wants to. It's a 90s VMAX. It's got the updated suspension and brakes. That's what they're asking about. All right. Let me download this shit. I'll read my haiku before I pull the winner. All right, take over. I got to cipher up the facts.
How many raffle tickets to ride 2 up with Josh? I don't think that's on the docket.
No, but it should be.
No, I don't know if that's on the
I'll
docket.
take someone around. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one ticket.
Yeah, what do you... what is that worth to you?
I guess it depends on what time of day he's riding with him.
Amigo goes, I want to know the high Q.
I'm only going to speak it after before I call the winner.
What happens to the last bike she didn't take? If somebody doesn't want their bike, we usually just offer them what the bike is worth in cash.
Talking about the bike, the shovelhead?
Mm-hmm.
No, I am paying her for that because I want that bike.
Oh, yeah. She specifically did not want that motorcycle because she only rides dirt bikes and she's not really comfortable riding street motorcycles. So she doesn't want to ride a vintage shovelhead. You know, she wants to ride a dirt bike. So we're just flying her into town so she can come see Forgotten Angels, see what she donated to, and we're gonna take her dirt bike riding, and she's gonna have a little Forgotten Angels trip. So that's what happened to that. So if somebody doesn't want their motorcycle, like, that's okay too. You don't have to take it just because you want it.
Dude, I just want to say this. On the first day that VMAX was available, only 3 people bought tickets.
Damn. Damn. Some of the bikes do a lot of tickets and some of them don't. So if there's a particular motor, like, always keep watching, because you never know. Like, maybe the motorcycle you really like is going to come available.
You might be able, at this point, like the shovel head is technically available. Like the FXR shovel head is technically available. I just
Which
very
one?
much doubt you'll be able to talk me into it.
Oh,
The FXR. Yeah, that's not happening. You might be able to if you tried really
When
hard.
is the pasta rocket being raffled off?
It's already gone,
last
dude.
week, dude.
Yeah, dude. David's already been talking to him to fly him down
Yeah,
here.
dude. It was raffled off last
That's
week.
gone.
You're late. You're late, buddy. Your pasta is old, crusty, and dry. It's been given away.
Yeah, I'm delivering 3 bikes right after Thanksgiving.
No shit.
Yep.
Where are you going?
We're bringing the white Harley to Gainesville,
Yes.
and then we're bringing the
He's in the chat right now.
Goldwing. Yep, bringing the Goldwing to Kentucky, and what was the other one? Oh, Lucky, Diesel's brother-in-law. We're bringing him his motorcycle back to Tennessee. Possibly, he might be selling it for a trike.
Was it last week? It was 2 weeks ago. My bad.
Yeah.
Time, you know? No, Sam, I'm so sorry you didn't win. I don't know how to tell you this. What year is your Rocket 3?
2006.
2006.
So if anyone was wondering, there's a 1 in 500 chance to win the VMAX.
Dude, that's fucking awesome.
That's what it ended up being. 1 in 500.
Like,
oh, sorry, 1 in
people?
500. 1
Or-
in 533.
1 in 500.
Shh, some people bought multiple tickets.
Okay, got it.
It's quiet, you. And yes, your multiple tickets are counted.
Yes, your multiple tickets are always counted. Did the Magna get raffled? No.
No, I'm keeping the Magna.
Magna's a Brap Star bike.
Also paid $1,000 for it. I'm keeping that. And it's also super sketchy. Nobody's getting the Magna.
No, yeah, some of the motorcycles that we pick up for raffle bikes don't always make it to raffle bikes because they're sketchy as fuck. And
It happens.
it happens, you know. Sometimes we buy a lemon. Like, it can't always, like, sometimes we think we're making a good choice, and sometimes sometimes we're not making a good choice.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens. That's what happens when you buy a motorcycle.
You could pick the Ironhead if you want.
Yeah, you can pick the Ironhead. I'm not stopping you. You can pick the PC800. It just isn't ready to ride home right now. You got to give me a minute.
You could also pick the Magna. I'll fight you for it.
Yeah. So if you want the Honda Magna, if you win, you're going to receive a phone call. And if you say Honda Magna, you're going to be challenged to a duel.
I will fight somebody for. I want to keep it that one. But if they made the correct argument, I would give it up.
Okay, you will also be challenged to an argument as well as a physical duel. It's not like hitting the Mega Millions. This is like better than a scratch off.
I don't want to unconvince anybody from buying multiple tickets, but the person who just won bought 1 ticket.
Damn, dude, good for you.
I mean,
I mean,
I
that's not
wanted
how it
to-
happens sometimes.
I wanted to be. Well,
It's
there are other people who bought like way more multiple tickets, but they bought 1 ticket. All right, let's call them.
okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. No, just kidding. We're calling somebody right now. Somebody I just won.
That's wild that they bought 1 ticket. I hate doing that because I want to encourage people to buy multiple tickets, but sometimes it's somebody who just bought 1. do this right. We've called the wrong person before.
Yeah, that was my fault.
It was weird.
What do you do?
We hung up.
No, they weren't on in the raffle. They were just like, what?
They're like,
Yeah.
they're like, is this person? We're like, hi, is this person? And they're like, no. We're like, oh, sorry,
Good
bye.
thing we don't start off with, "Hey, you want a motorcycle?"
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, I'm John.
All right, get your motherfucking phones out.
It's an old ticket too. Like
Hello?
Hello.
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 You're shitting me. You are fucking shitting me, dude.
What's up, weirdo? You just won a motorcycle, my man.
You are fucking. I'm taking the fucking VMAX, man. Fuck off.
Can I talk you out of it? No, I'm just kidding, man. You got to
Wait.
you got to VMAX, my man.
All right, dude. Dude, fucking A.
Yes, dude. Sometimes people aren't excited. I'm so
What a
glad
great
you're
reaction.
stoked.
That's
I'm
awesome.
so glad you're
Working,
stoked about
I'm
it.
driving a fucking truck, listening to the fucking live stream. Fucking A, man.
Dude, dude, I love your accent too. Like
Where are you from?
the way he said. Oh, can you tell? Fucking Pennsylvania.
Yeah, right, man. Fucking A. God damn it, bro. God damn it, man.
Exactly. You sound like the American that Japanese people think we are.
Oh, dude, I am the fucking American and Japanese people.
That's why you're the
Fucking A.
perfect. That's why you're the perfect person for the VMAX, baby.
Oh,
Come on,
God
man. How
damn,
cool is that?
fucking Josh, man, you're the fucking man. God damn it, boy.
No. I'm not the man. You're the man.
You're the man.
Because you bought a ticket,
Fucking-
man. I bet you didn't
literally
buy a
just bought
ticket.
that
Everything.
ticket at like 5:30 this afternoon.
And have you ever won anything? Oh, you bought? No, I pulled your ticket. The ticket that I pulled was
Right.
from fucking 11/17.
That's today.
Oh shit. Okay.
Fucking idiot.
I was old. I
One
guess-
too many ultras.
Yeah, no,
Yes,
11/17 is today, idiot.
I thought. Well, I guess a lot of people bought tickets today. I thought it was old.
Fuck yeah.
Shit. Okay. Yeah. No, it's still you. You won.
Dude, that is cool as shit, man.
You ever won
Fucking the
anything?
VMAX, not anything big like this, nah, man. You know.
Yeah. I bet you
Like,
won a
well-
beating from talking too much shit.
Well, yeah, that too. But I mean, the most I won is like a fucking $1,000 off a lottery fucking ticket. But you know.
Dude, here you go, man. That $25 went to do something bigger than me, bigger than you, and bigger than all of us, man. It went
Dude,
to
that is
changing the
fucking
world.
Awesome, man. Forgotten angels, man. Fucking follow these motherfuckers.
Ah, dude,
Support these dudes. Are doing fucking good, and I just want a fucking motorcycle.
this guy's awesome, man. Fucking
Motherfucker,
go,
man.
Mike, dude.
Hell yeah, Mike.
All right, I'm gonna give you back to David. This is his phone number. Text him.
All
We'll
right.
we'll figure out something cool to do for you. Whatever you want. Either we'll bring it up to you, or you can. I would not recommend.
right.
I would not recommend riding it home. It's not very comfortable, but
Not anytime soon, man. Fuck that.
yeah, you're all
Yeah.
frozen up there. Yeah, I'll take a little more time with it. No biggie.
All right, man.
All right, here's David.
Congratulations.
That's cool, man. He's all right. That guy sounds funny.
Yeah, dude.
No.
Sometimes people win and
Listen,
they're
I
just
know you
like,
bought a ticket because
"Thank
were
you."
supporting the fact
Everybody who's won is awesome.
not to win
every
the
yeah,
ticket.
every person who's ever won a motorcycle.
Sometimes
is
when they're
nice.
ridiculous
Yeah.
like that, I'm like,
Yeah,
hell
but
yeah,
when
dude.
they swear, that's always exciting.
Yeah, I want them to be like fucking on, like they just got called down for the Price is Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ba-da-ba-ba. Maybe we should play that.
Like the John Cena music.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Okay,
Dude,
well,
yes.
Yeah.
Program my name into the phone, and I'll be calling you tomorrow.
You should, next time you call someone that wins, you should just like
We should play the John
intro
Cena
with the
music.
John Cena- yeah.
Yes.
And
I'm glad I thought of that. We should put the John Cena music on.
And then like, some delay effect. Like
Oh.
We should definitely put some delay effect.
Just would.
This is by far the best response.
That was such a good response, dude. Well, sometimes people don't know what to say. They're just like, which is fine. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to talk shit about nobody who's won. There's a bunch of
Yeah.
winners who are watching right
the
now.
other Frank, you're right. Like, so the only thing that sucks about someone winning a motorcycle is that all of you guys lost. So,
His last name in there.
Yeah.
but when someone like that wins, it's really hard to feel bad that you lost because damn, that guy was
I'm
excited.
gonna put VMAX winner on it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you can't help but feel happy for that guy.
Cool. That was awesome.
Yeah, dude, he was stoked, man. And he also was from New Jersey as fuck. He was just like sounded like he was from a little movie or something, like a
Yeah.
little gangster movie or something.
That was
So, can I announce the next bike?
Do we have pictures of him?
Well, I want to.
Okay, yeah, go
So,
ahead.
so okay.
It was in your video.
Yeah,
Did
I know.
anybody-
That's like so many people. Some people noticed. Some people may have noticed the next raffle bike. If you are a Shay Lisi fan and actually watch my videos, you're a true motherfucking fan.
And that's raffle
And
starting
you're
everyone
paying
who
attention.
won after
Yeah.
Mike.
So if
So I'm gonna say everyone after Mike.
yeah, everyone after Mike. So you would have noticed the next raffle bike, which was in my video. Josh was riding it. Does anyone know what it is?
Yeah, because someone know what it is.
Does anyone know what it is?
It's a pretty special bike. Actually.
It's a pretty fucking awesome motorcycle. And I had multiple people leave a comment on my video and say, hey, is that motorcycle Josh is riding the next raffle bike? Is it for sale? Like, what's up with that motorcycle Josh is riding? I left it in there for a fucking reason. I almost cut it out, but I was like, no, I'll leave it in there as a little treat, a little Easter egg.
No, it's a. All right, well, Flash just said it, but someone just said a blue bagger. It's much more than a bagger.
It's better than a
It's
bagger.
it's the original bagger. The original. If you ride a Road Glide or a Street Glide or a Road King today, this is the grandpa of that bike. But it's also in absolutely perfect fucking condition. I've been riding that bike every day.
You love it?
I fucking love it, dude.
All right, say it.
Oh, it's a 1982 Road King, which is a 1982 FLH shovel head. 1982, as you guys well know, is the year of the FXR, which I desired so badly and was able to get a hold of, and is also the year of the Road King. 1982 is the first year that Harley Davidson owned the company. So it's the first year of strictly Harley Davidson when they shuffled off the coil of AMF. The first year of Harley. It's the first year of the 5-speed transmission.
Dude, and on the 8th day, God made Harley Davidson.
And so
he
it
made
is
the shovel head.
It is peak shovel head. I call it shovel head on easy mode.
Holy Minus just got a ticket for the next drawing.
So it is a 1982 FLH, but without the Tour Glide fairing. So it's technically a Road King, even though in 1982 they did not call them Road Kings. They didn't call them that then.
What does FLH stand for?
That's just a designation. F meaning
Florida Hog.
Yeah. it's F means the big twin frame, like FXR. You know, it means a big twin frame.
No, I wanted you to say something funny.
Oh, okay.
I was giving it was a lead.
So it's shovel head on easy mode because it's a 5-speed, so you can do 80 miles an hour, which I did all the way home. 80 miles an hour, 3,200 RPM on a shovel head. It is peak shovel head. 3,200 RPM on the highway at 80 miles an hour. Handles like a dream. Starts every time you push the button. Even the miles work, like the odometer works. Like everything on this bike is perfect. Also rubber mounted. So at 80 miles an hour, it's actually smoother than a twin cam. Twin cams vibrate like a motherfucker. Dude, twin cams will shake you to death, even though they're rubber mounted. This just does not vibrate at all. Amazing floorboards. Like, this is a perfect touring bike. It's a Road King, so it's got a detachable windshield, so it's technically a convertible. So you can take the windshield off and have nothing in your way, which I love. So you don't have to have anything. It is the ultimate shovel head. It is the best shovel head ever. And if you win this
just like
bike,
that, raffle tickets are coming in.
if you win this bike and you want to,
You guys are fucking awesome.
and you want to make it into a chopper, I will literally fight you. If you beat me in the fight, you can make it
If
into
you
a
make
chopper.
this into a
But I will
chopper,
fight you.
not only will Shade Tree Surgeon fight you, but so will so many other bikers. Will personally
is
fight
it.
you.
And this is
You
another
can't.
2-week raffle.
You can't fucking.
Do
Even
not
I know
make this
that
into
you
a
can't
chopper.
fucking make that into a chopper. That's an original
not.
Harley.
So I've already thought about this. So if somebody if they're like, they win it and they're like, all I want is a shovel head chopper,
We'll give you a different one, bro.
dude, I'll get them that's what I said. I'll get them an engine and a frame.
Yeah.
I'll be like, dude, I'll get you.
Don't fucking
I'll
chop
set
this
you
bike.
up for a chopper. This is
Oh,
not the bike you chop.
Bilbo. Good boy.
Mike Bilbo.
No, the 83 the FXR was before 83. I have a personally own and 1982 FXR. That's a shovel head and rear mounted.
When will they auction off Bilbo? Never.
Right
He's
now.
a part of this family.
Next person to donate
He's
$100.
part of this family.
Sorry, $25.
Well,
No, literally, if somebody wins this and they're like, "I want a chopper," and
no,
that's
don't
what
make
you're
this
gonna
the
do,
chopper.
I'll fight you. That's the rules. I have to fight you for it.
No, we just will get you a different shovel head because
Right?
you
can
can't
buy
make this a
You
chopper.
can buy a shovel head motor and frame for less than $3,000. Like this bike is pristine. And it's not, well, no, it's not pristine. That makes it seem like you can't ride it because it's not. It's not pristine. It's a rider. This bike should be out there. I've been riding it every day. And anybody who wins it, that's what you should do. You should take it and ride it. Ride the motorcycle.
Let's fucking go.
'Cause this
Can
was
I
the-
ride this bike?
Yeah, this is the first motorcycle.
What?
One of the, not the first motorcycle. This was an early motorcycle that Harley offered that was just ready to go. This was their answer basically to the Goldwing. So the Goldwing came out and
Yeah.
just like killed Harley in the touring market in the 70s. The Gold, because the Gold is so much better. It's, with that,
Yeah.
no competition. Like, I'm not even defending Harley here. Like, Goldwing just put their dick in the dirt. So this was the bike that was the shot back at Honda. And this is the reason that why Road Glides exist. This is what it was. This was their touring bike where they're just like, Goldwing came up and they're like, we're going to take your fucking lunch money. And Harley was like, well, I'm going to fight back. And this is the bike they fought back with. It's a very important piece of motorcycle history. And whoever wins it, I will make a cash offer to.
I'm gonna ride it home. I'm gonna ride it home tonight, Josh.
Did you ride here?
I'm taking it home tonight.
Would you? Oh, you can take it home. Yeah, got no key. You have to put gas in it because I did not. I can tell you, it gets at least 140 miles to a day.
Yeah, the cat's name is Arthur. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining
All
our
right.
live stream. Thank you for
Love y'all.
donating. The next raffle bike is up and ready and go. Thank you for hanging.
Farewell. Goodbye.
Good night, everybody.
Au revoir.